prediction for every game we have watched so far.
Well,
You're finally catching on.
Madden's prediction for every game.
Welcome to Sports Sometimes. I'm TJ Carpenter, and Broncos fans, we need to have a talk. We're about halfway through the season, and things are pretty shitty right now. Vance Joseph is terrible. Literally no one thinks he's good. His mom, his own mother, is even like, Vance, maybe you need to try something else. Can we at least acknowledge now that Aqib Talib, Demaryius Thomas, TJ Ward, and even Derek Wolfe, who's still on the team, have all outright questioned leadership of the Denver Broncos, top to bottom. Talib basically called Joe Woods an idiot in the offseason. And Derek Wolfe has been very vocal about how much better Wade Phillips is than Joe Woods. You know, when he's not just shouting bullshit repeatedly after losses this and last season as well. TJ Ward gave the Broncos a big middle finger on his way out the door when they tried to replace the four-time Pro Bowler with not a four-time Pro Bowler. And yes, Demaryius Thomas literally got traded to the team the Broncos were playing that week, beat them, and then explained why their decision-making was crap and how he's very happy to play for a team that likes to win now. He was talking about the Texans. The Texans. And yes, before the bye week, Bill O'Brien was caught on camera calling your coach a dumb fuck. How bad does that have to get? I mean, I'm at the point now where I honestly believe that John Elway could drop Trow at midfield and take a big, runny, unhealthy crap right on the Denver Broncos logo, and people would be like, well, he did take us to 7 Super Bowls, so I guess his toilet is where he says it is. So let's do a quick recap here. Players, current and former, have called out the Broncos. Opposing team coaches are mocking the Broncos coaches' decision-making. The Broncos have also lost 7 consecutive games to the Chiefs. Broncos can't even sell the naming rights to the stadium, and Broncos ownership is embroiled in controversy. Like War of the Roses, Game of Thrones. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Ellis stabbed somebody through the heart. Controversy. It's bad. I mean, I would think Joe Ellis would stab somebody through the heart. Seriously, I think he was such a coward. That man is terrifying. The Broncos also spent $18 million just this season to upgrade from Trevor Siemian to Case Keenum, who has been worse in every single way. Also, it means I don't get to use this amazing graphic of Trevor Siemian photoshopped into Peyton Manning's forehead. Also, the Broncos only have 2 players left from their 2017 draft. And for those who are wondering, yes, the 2017 that was last year, that 2017, not another 2017, the one that less than 12 months ago, that draft, that one, 2 players left. And one of those 2 players can't stop touching the other team inappropriately. Your name is Garrett. Holds until I say otherwise. And you wonder why veteran players are critical of the team. Shocking, I know. Why aren't you more critical, Broncos fans? Huh? What's it gonna take? What's the problem here? Is it because of the past? Nothing they are currently doing or have done since Peyton Manning left the franchise even closely reflects what they used to be. Pat Bowlen fired Josh McDaniels right in the middle of the season. Would have fired him in the middle of the game if he could have. But you know what? You know what he didn't do? He didn't make excuses why it's a bad idea to fire the coach in the middle of the season. Like, you know, the Broncos are doing right now. Look, the reputation of the franchise was so sterling in 2012 that Peyton Manning chose the Broncos. Over many other suitors. Like a pretty girl in every movie about high school, he picked the nerd. This is charity at best. Yeah, that's right. Even after she had her spine surgically reattached to her body, still had other options, didn't he? So yeah, the Broncos got a little lucky with Peyton Manning, and it's okay to admit that. It really, really is.
Hey everybody, welcome to Oskar Blues in downtown Denver. We're here on Market Street getting you ready for the Broncos and the Chargers. Looks like on television that Broncos fans not surprising here, outnumbering Chargers fans in Los Angeles.
Oh, whatever.
It's like a home game.
It is what's
No,
happening.
It doesn't. That's because the Broncos have won a Super Bowl. You know, like that's
Also
that's it.
because
And
no
there's-
one cares about the Chargers in Los Angeles.
kind of true. They only care about the Rams.
We got food.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
a silo burger over here,
Silo.
silo burger right here.
Yep.
Wait, did
Two
you get all of
silos.
the? Did we order them differently?
Nope. We both ordered a medium well, I believe. Thank you, sir.
We just need to cut ours in half so we can share it.
We got
All
enough.
right.
We'll be okay.
Right out of the gate, Cortland Sutton cannot catch the ball. It's 2nd and 10. All right, who you guys got today? We got
I got
predictions?
the Chargers.
Guys,
Bolt up from San Diego.
put it into the chat, guys, and we will read your comments live on the air. We'll read your comments live on the air as they come to us. So we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch, we're also on Periscope. We're getting comments from all those places, so definitely come.
That's the best way to do it.
Come in and join the conversation. 2nd and 10, and Case Keenum's in the shotgun. Looks like there might be a
had to be
flag there,
offsides, yeah.
offsides. Philip Lindsay gets the ball to the outside. He gets about 6 yards, but that's going to be a
Take the penalty. Deal.
yeah. They'll take the penalty. It'll be 1st and 5 on the offsides.
I think it's going to be really, really hard. The one thing that the Chargers will have a hard time stopping is going to be the run. But other than that, they should just demolish.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying 38-16.
For those of you guys
Chargers.
who don't
Yeah.
know, this is Jena Garcia. You can follow her on Twitter at Viva Vida Diva.
Opposite.
Vida Viva Diva.
Yes.
Living
That's
the
it.
Vida Loca.
At Vida Viva Diva.
Sure.
And then there's Patrick. You're on Twitter?
Patricio.
I am on Twitter. I don't check it as often
He's not
as I should.
active on the tweets.
I'm not active.
I
Every
got
once
called
in a
out
while.
on the tweeter the other day because I didn't follow Scott Hastings back.
Well, hey, you
And
got
he
to follow
called me
Scott
out.
Hastings. You got
He
to
was
follow
like, I
Scott
just
Hastings.
don't. It's not that I didn't want to follow him. I was super hyped when he followed me, and then I'm a longtime Nuggets fan, but
All you
then
got to say is Boo Pig Suey, and you're a friend of Scott Hastings for life.
I told him I haven't been on the tweeter long. Forgive me.
Oh, bad miss there. Bad drop there by Emmanuel Sanders. Hit him right in the hands on 2nd and 5. And that was frustrating to watch just now.
But that's the Broncos. That's, Case Keenum is missing passes, or
Yeah.
the guys are dropping passes,
Yeah.
or the Steelers have made the greatest comeback ever and are about to win.
Oh no, we had a Steelers
Oh,
fan on this broadcast.
Against the Jags.
They were down.
trailing to the Jags earlier, 9-0.
16-0.
16-0.
And now it is 16-13, 22 seconds, and the Steelers are at Jacksonville's 1-yard line. Also, I'm looking at these salad burgers. I don't see
They
the
do not have.
giant amount of pork.
Yeah, looks
I
like
think
we're
it's
missing
very
the pork.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'll let you
I
take care
saw
of that.
I'm going to take care of that.
I'm gonna eat one of these jalapenos.
I'm going to as well because
These
they're
are
really, really good.
amazing.
Because the jalapenos are right. Everything about those looks
Yeah.
good.
They're filled with cheese and what else?
It's cream cheese, crawdaddies, andouille sausage, and then wrapped
Yes.
in bacon with our Jezebel sauce.
Chance, the head chef here, does an excellent
Be right
job
back.
preparing that stuff. And Patrick, who works here at Oskar Blues, obviously, is going to take care of that stuff for us. No one's perfect, although Oskar Blues is pretty close.
It's very close.
Yeah. Okay, so punt the ball away. Chargers take over. For those of you who are not aware, Jena here is a Chargers homer. San Diego Chargers homer, though, right?
He's going to take care of that, get the good stuff, the pork, all
Awesome.
the fun.
Yeah, how
delicious
did that
food.
happen?
I
don't
know.
Isn't
Oh.
that like the key to the silo burger?
Is-
Gotham,
Yeah.
Gotham Sirens on Periscope says, I'm smoking weed right now. Thanks, Gotham Sirens.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah.
As is most of Denver. That's why the bar is still kind of empty because most Denver people don't wake up
Oof.
and get their day going until like 3.
Chris on Facebook says, Hola, mi amigos, ¿cómo está?
Hey, Chris.
And Chris is also saying the Colt McCoy comeback came up just short versus Houston. The kicker just missed a 63-yard field goal. Oh, that sucks. So did Alex Smith get hurt? Concussion? What happened to Smith?
He's concussed.
I don't know.
Oh my
but
God, there's a girl walking in who has the exact same outfit as I have on.
Yes,
Look
she
at
does.
She has the same color shirt. She has the same jacket.
That's
She's
amazing.
wearing a scarf. She's wearing black jeans. Isn't that insane?
And she's just blonde.
Wow.
Made difference.
Yeah, she's just blonde. That's it. That's
She
the only
noticed we were
difference.
staring at her, though.
Yeah, she did. And the Steelers have made the improbable comeback with a 1-yard run by Ben Roethlisberger.
Simmons
Holy
with
crap.
There's your giant pork.
All right, sweet. Do we get the hot sauce? We get the buffalo sauce on there?
I hope so.
Is there any buffalo sauce? I don't see any.
Yeah, it comes with buffalo. Dale's Pale Ale. Yeah, the buffalo sauce comes on top of it.
And Patrick, what would we do without you?
Patrick's on top
I
of
just
things.
work here.
We're just waiting for some buffalo sauce on the top, and then we're good.
I want to go
3rd
meet
and
my twin
6.
later.
Justin Simmons was able to force a
You should
third
get your
down here.
twin
3rd
on
and
here.
6. Phillip Rivers drops back.
We'll take a
and
picture.
he gets
Ooh.
hit as he throws,
But
and it is
Keenan Allen.
complete to
Still
Keenan
complete.
Allen.
Ooh.
That's
Keenan
right.
Allen almost drops, evades a tackle there, but big gain there, 20 yards on 3rd and 6. And, that's basically been the Denver defense all season long. It's been good stop, good play, and then big gain by your opponent on 3rd down.
And that's not on just like Bradley Roby. That's on Chris Harris.
Yeah, look, Harris there he was very physical with the receiver, but he let him get around him. Yeah, Harris there kind of lined up in an awkward place, not usually in the slot. You see him there in the slot.
Well, and they're trying to do this. Oh, there goes Melvin Gordon.
Shall we make a bet on how many times Phillip Rivers? I don't care. I know I'm a fan of the Chargers, but let's be honest. He's a little bit of a crybaby.
Oh, yeah.
He whines quite
Thank
often.
you.
How many times will he whine today?
And the biggest thing is it depends on how big the blowout is.
Calling out Phillip Rivers for being a crybaby.
I mean,
I
I love the dude to death.
He's a good quarterback,
But
but he whines way too much.
I hate when he throws the football at his lineman. That's like heartbreaking to see.
Okay, Phillip Rivers here in a 2nd and 5, doing all right so far.
I'm gonna
What
say
is up
only
with
twice.
the medieval Charger logo on the field?
I kind of like that logo. It's an old school logo.
Old
Back when they were
the round table.
You
old.
realize that before they were the San Diego Chargers, they were the Los Angeles Chargers back in
Yes.
like the 50s. That was their logo from the 50s.
It's too far back.
Also-
50s have never been cool.
I did not know this. Maurice Pouncey is on the Chargers.
Marquise Pouncey is, yes.
Not Marquise.
Maurice.
Because Marquise is the center.
Marquise
for the
is with the
Steelers.
Steelers, yeah. Okay.
I didn't know. I was always hoping Maurice would end up going to Pittsburgh and
Always the two Pounceys
reunite the Pouncey squad.
from Florida.
I can think of so many punny things to say right now.
Well, I mean, my favorite joke of all time is a preacher, a racist, and a murderer going to bar. What do you got? 2008 Florida Gators football team.
That's not punny.
It is punny. Well, not punny. It's
It's a
just funny.
joke.
That's accurate.
It's just accurate.
That is
Tim
the truth.
Tebow, Riley Cooper, and Aaron Hernandez were all on that team.
Yep. And Percy Harvin, who will punch you for no reason. All right.
The Pouncey brothers were on that team, too.
Keenan Allen already having a field day against the Denver secondary.
Oh, my gosh.
He's feeling the pressure.
Well,
In the pocket.
they've been really talking up Bradley Chubb lately, and he deserves it.
Absolutely. Bradley Chubb has been, I think, Bradley Chubb, the pressure Bradley Chubb and Von Miller will put on Phillip Rivers is going to frustrate him, which is why I think, are we over, under, he complains
I'm only saying
7
2.
times.
Oh, I'm under.
5 times, let's say 5.
Under.
You're under 5?
I'm under.
No way. I'm
I'm
over
under
5.
because the thing about him is when they're winning, he just doesn't care anymore. He's not going to get upset until they're losing.
So he's basically like a 4th grade boy on the
He's like Cam
field
Newton.
at recess.
He's Cam Newton. Cam Newton's having fun, having a great time.
No one whines when they're winning.
Well, Phillip Rivers is one of those guys who is uber competitive. If he's not getting calls his way, that's what it is. It's not necessarily the score. It is if he gets a call against him, he gripes at the refs. He's like an NBA player. He's like Dwayne Wade or LeBron James.
Jokic is the worst.
Jokic is so bad.
He's so bad at whining. Like, it frustrates me to no end that he whines the way he does. But you know what? Somebody told me the other day, when a player doesn't speak English as their first language, they have to use their hands. And I speak Spanish, so I should have thought of this, but they think that he is so over the top because of his hands.
Oh, good completion.
What a catch.
Great completion there.
Antonio Gates, the Broncos' oldest nemesis.
How?
Still
got it. Look at
Got
this. Look at those
I thought
hands.
that was Antonio Gates, man.
Outruns the
so
slot.
freaking stocky.
Well, remember when he was in shape?
Yeah.
When he was in shape, he was the best tight end in the NFL.
When he was in shape, the NFL was blessed with some of the best tight ends because I believe Shannon Sharp was still playing.
Yep. Tony
Tony
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez was still playing. Jimmy Graham and Rob Gronkowski, I think, were just kind of getting on the up and up, like first-year type guys.
Jason Witten.
Oh.
Witten had one of the greatest plays of all time, gets his helmet ripped off, still runs.
Was that against the Eagles?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I got to meet the Rams the other day.
Guys, this burger here at
entire
Oskar
Rams
Blues
team?
is so good. If you come here, get the silo burger.
So are we gonna cut this thing in
Yeah, I
half?
was going to say, do you want
I don't
all
want
that
tomatoes or onions.
or any of that? It's all horrible.
I need
Chris-
some sort of green.
Chris
on
says
there.
Smith broke his leg
You
on the
can have all
33rd
the
anniversary
greens
of Joe
you want.
Theismann breaking his leg.
Oh, that
No
that
way.
that was really, really hard to see. But I will still say this. I think it was Kevin Ware, Louisville basketball player, watching his leg snap and seeing the bone come out.
I remember that.
Nothing else will really affect me. All right. So you
Everybody on the floor when they saw that
I'll
just
take the
fell over.
pickles.
Oh,
There's your pickles.
Oh my gosh, my friend Jason, who is a huge Broncos fan, said I put a poll out on Instagram about who you have for today's game, and he was like, "I'm so sad that I actually just pushed
Voted.
Chargers."
Well, I'm really hoping because, ticket prices keep going down week by week.
there you go. Phillip Rivers whining. That's
Hey,
number
we
one.
got one.
Oh, we got
You're-
one?
You bet it. Hey, you never guessed over
I
under
said
5.
under 5.
You said under 5. You specifically said
I didn't-
2,
I didn't
so you're
say.
drinking after 2.
I'll say over. I'll say over.
I
Although I
said
think they're
over
going to
too.
win this game.
Okay, then you two have to pick what's your over.
Like a specific number?
Yeah, if you guys are going to both pick over.
I thought you said 5.
I always said over under 5, but he's also picked a specific number.
I picked 2.
So like
I'll say 8. He was mad at Travis Benjamin there though. He wasn't mad. He wasn't mad at the
Does
officials.
that count? Does that count as complaining?
yes, he's still complaining. So here's the thing though. You can if he complains more than 2 times, you have to drink. But if he complains less than 5 times, we still have to drink. Right? So it's a twofold this bet.
I feel like I'm losing this bet regardless.
Angelina B. Martinez says, "How about them Cowboys? Cowboys win today against the
You
Falcons."
forgot a pickle.
You
I
didn't
had
give
them.
it to me.
I had the Cowboys beating the Falcons 20-17 today.
Check out this burger. So you
Yeah.
got hamburger, pork. There are vegetables, but he took them off everything.
Pickles and onions are good on there. But
Pickles, onions, hot
Bacon,
sauce.
pepper jack.
Oh yeah, bacon and pepper jack.
Dale's
buffalo
Pale
sauce.
Ale,
You got to be
buffalo.
specific. Buffalo sauce.
Yep.
Isn't that the same as hot sauce?
It is hot sauce, but it's a very specific kind of tasting.
Is red hot the same as a habanero sauce?
No, red
Okay,
hot is
well.
hot sauce. Habanero is
Buffalo
habanero.
is not hot sauce.
Red hot is buffalo.
No, it's not. It's like a garbage, terrible thing.
I love red hot.
You what? I love this burger.
Red hot on mac
really
and
good.
cheese. Red hot on popcorn
Red hot on popcorn, I agree with.
or Cholula.
All right, Michael Bagley is now lining up for a 46-yard field goal, 4th and 18, and it is right down the middle. Chargers take an early lead, 3-0.
So I just
3-0.
need 35 more points by then.
Hey, Zach wants to know what is the beer choice of the day. I think we should leave that up to you, man, to tell us.
Beer choice of the day, depending on what you want. If you want, some IPAs, I definitely recommend the 2 new Cerebrals on. If you want a dark beer, you can go with my favorite, Left Hand Milk Stout Nitro. By far one of the best beers. Smooth, easy to drink. I tend to slam these down like people slam shots. So, coming to Oskar Blues, 48 taps on right now. Wine, liquor, and delicious food.
And an oyster bar.
Bottomless
and an oyster bar.
mimosas.
Bottomless mimosas ends in 10 minutes.
Not for me. He said 3 o'clock.
You already ordered one.
Oh, so it can go for forever?
You can go till 3:30. It's better start slamming.
For real. He needs to come back.
It's like he heard you.
All right, so
We're all shoving food in our faces. No one's talking.
yeah,
Good TV.
well, we're watching the Broncos game here at Oskar Blues in downtown Denver, Market Street. They just opened up their patio. It's very nice.
It's cold out.
It's actually warm out right now. It wasn't that bad out. Like
Yeah,
compared
I mean,
to yesterday, it was pretty warm. It's pretty warm.
It's like 50 degrees. If you're in the sun, it's fine. If you're in the shade, not so much.
That's what I'm hoping next Sunday is warm. So I really don't want to go to another cold game.
How many games have you been to this season?
This season I haven't gone to any because my friends realize their team is terrible and they didn't want to go witness that. The only thing that's going against
good
me
old
is
Colorado fans.
I've never seen the Broncos lose, and I'm kind of concerned about that. Because they're playing my team next week. They're playing the Steelers. And
So
I'm hoping for 52 points.
you're so superstitious.
I am extremely superstitious. That's why I came back to Henry's to watch the Rockies, because I was so superstitious. I honestly thought they was like, well, I have to
There's
be
hope.
there. I was like, they haven't won because they haven't been at Henry's. It's my
And they
fault.
got crushed.
And they didn't even show up.
Well, I'm not superstitious, and I'm pretty sure the Steelers are going to beat the Broncos.
I hope so, because I'm going to be dressed up head to toe.
Oh, really? Are you gonna wear a wig? You gonna paint your
I got
face?
this big old beanie.
Pac-Man Jones, he was announced as the full-time official returner, and he returns this kickoff, takes it out of the end zone,
like
doesn't even get back to the 15-yard
When
line.
has he had a good kick return this season?
This season, never. Oh,
When?
might be going further back.
He had a good punt return this season.
Don't tell me you want Isaiah McKenzie back there.
Hey, if you believe in him, apparently he's successful.
Well,
I posted that he would have a kick return for a touchdown. The dude did it.
I think he's playing for the Bills now.
You all want?
You want to be? She wants one of those.
They're
beignets.
so
Of course she
good.
does. Beignets are good.
We got a plate over here. We got a plate over here.
Yeah, I guess don't put it on my
can't
pickle. That'd
say
be weird.
In good conscience that they're as good as a beignet that you get in
France?
Louisiana or New Orleans. But it's
The Nuggets just lost to New Orleans.
We good?
last night.
We good with
Do you
two?
want one
no,
too?
no, I'm good.
It makes his whole beard white. He looks like an old man. He is old already. We know
Put
this.
this over here.
Yeah, that's my dessert.
You finish your meal.
But
my
they're about
dessert.
as close as you can get to a New Orleans beignet.
That's what makes it easy working here, is because all the food just kind of, to a degree, reminds you of home. You've been
Right.
able to get that kind of good Southern food.
Home for you people.
What do you mean, you people?
You people.
The whites.
Whites?
No.
The bearded guys?
So typical white person thing to do. Say
To grow a beard out?
to say I mean white people when I just said people who are from the South.
Well, I just always think of Tropic Thunder, and I just think, what do you mean, you
Huh?
people?
What do you mean? What do you mean, you people?
Huh? What? Still causing controversy to this day.
Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, who's Sean White? Dressed up as Simple Jack for Halloween.
He did,
and
yeah.
got a lot of flack for that. And I thought it was awesome, and I wish he had brought someone to dress up as Robert Downey Jr. from that movie.
He made a big, huge apology.
He did. But that movie's caused controversy.
Oh, he's
since
going
it came
down.
out.
Oh, that is.
No, that's okay.
They're gonna say,
Because tight end.
"Wow." They're gonna rule it incomplete. How is that? See, this is where the rules of the new rules on sacking quarterbacks have hurt defensive players, because I think in any other, like, definitely that's holding.
Yeah.
That's definitely holding, and that's also definitely probably, like forward progress sack. That he should be whistled dead right there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? I heard a lot of cheering in that
Broncos
stadium.
got
despite
really
the
lucky
fact
just there.
that there are Broncos fans in the stands.
Nice little play to Philip Lindsay.
Philip Lindsay breaking a couple of tackles, gets close to a first down.
Joey Bosa's so good.
He is.
His brother, not so much.
Chris said, great job with the nuggets, Jenna.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for watching.
It's a huge burger. She's only eating half.
It is thick. It's a thick burger.
Yeah, I'm only eating half because I have these jalapeno things that I want to eat as well. I do think it's very strange that the biggest topic of conversation this week in sports media was ketchup.
Was it?
Oh, Patrick Mahomes.
That was freaking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Ketchup this, ketchup that. Like, I do not care.
Well, it's an unholy thing to do, to put ketchup on your steak.
Yeah, I thought it was
It
always
is.
weird when my friends growing up would, like, put ketchup on their eggs. I was like,
My cousin
first of
put-
all, are there
she put ketchup
tortillas?
on her
And second of all,
pancakes.
what?
John Misak's joining us. What's up, John? John had some stuff he was sharing this weekend. Richard Chapa joining us. What's up, Richard?
John, what do you think about, now that we're into the season, we're deep into the season, what do you think about the Broncos? John is a huge fan.
Huge.
Right, so I want to know his honest opinion. Is he
Oh, he's
still all for the Broncos?
on board with me.
He's finally
He's out.
realized that this is a terrible football team right now.
What is the big problem with the Broncos? Is it
My issue with the Broncos
is
or
it
just
John
what-
Elway?
Well, with the poor draft picks that he's had?
I mean, like, if you could pick one thing that you could say, like, that is the problem. Is it John Elway?
I mean, I want to make it a dual package as the front office. So, John Elway, Vance Joseph, the coordinators, getting rid of Wade Davis.
Wade Phillips.
Wade Phillips, sorry.
Wade Davis is a
The
closer.
crappy closer for the Rockies, great closer for the Cubs.
Didn't he set the record for saves?
For the Rockies, but he also probably set the record for blown saves. I just think
Didn't he
that
play for Kansas City?
Wade Davis did play for Kansas City. He won a World
Kansas
Series
City
with
homer
Kansas
over here.
City and the Cubs.
I'm a Kansas City homer.
When it comes to baseball, you are.
No, I
Don't you think? All he talks
Only
about
when he's
Kansas
drunk
City
on
Royals.
ciders.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. He was drunk on cider that time.
there was nothing.
There were
a
like
lot of
7
cider.
ciders.
He also
There-
did an Angry Balls.
There.
I did.
Some Angry Balls
Also, there were like 15 former Royals
in that game.
in that game.
I know.
It's like it was a pertinent thing to bring up. That there
like
were so many
it's
former
not.
Royals who won the World Series on that team.
And it did nothing for either team because neither team made the World Series.
G, what's up, G? G saying what's up, TJ and Jenna.
What's
also
up,
Patrick.
G?
Also Patrick.
I'm here. I don't look the same.
We're watching the Broncos lose to the Chargers
Oh, burger.
while we're eating delicious food.
big.
What?
She says it's so big. So take that for
With
whatever
her.
you want.
so big.
Just keep saying it.
It only makes it better. It's really big, guys.
Brilizia says, let's go Chargers. Dave Ross says, finally, kick off at the time that works well in Australia. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave, for watching.
Dave, thanks for watching always.
It's awesome.
Womp Mani says, what are you guys eating?
Giant burger. Silo burger has pork on it, hot sauce. You can't just say hot sauce, buffalo hot sauce.
Dale's Pale Ale Sauce.
Dale's Pale Ale sauce.
That's a pretty big deal. That it's Dale's Pale Ale sauce
Yeah.
makes it a big deal because that means that it's made here at Oskar Blues.
Yeah.
That makes it more important.
Continue. What are the other
What
ingredients?
Pickles.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Pepper jack and
What's
bacon
it? Bacon.
Uh-huh.
and pickles.
Yeah.
Pickles.
No Chingando Chingando says, you're cute and you talk sports.
TJ, that's such a compliment for you.
I know. People like my
I'm jealous.
beard. People like my beard.
My beard's better.
And my supple cheeks.
Your subtle what?
My supple cheeks.
Supple cheeks.
Soft.
Supple cheeks.
soft?
And your
They don't look soft.
freezing of screens legs.
Yeah, that's right. I have some show-stopping legs.
No.
What?
Well, literally, yes.
Literally, it's true.
Literally.
Luis Klein says, prickles.
Prickles. I have really soft skin, though.
What?
He said he has soft cheeks.
Oh,
They
I
don't
was
look
like,
that
what does that have
soft.
to do with pickles?
But I
Or
was feeling my
prickles.
skin, and I was like,
Prickles.
holy crap, mine is really soft. But I do use this in, like, intense moisturizer.
As do I.
It's important.
2nd and 10 after the Broncos do nothing. And incomplete pass there
Oh,
for Philip
God.
Rivers.
I love when these
3rd and
guys
10.
taunt, and then I
And they're,
always
like,
pray the next play they just
shitty.
get burned.
They're so bad, and they're
Or they're
taunting.
losing 45 to 10.
Yeah, like he's.
I mean, it blew my mind last week. I was watching the Steelers-Panthers game, and that was a great game. 52-21 is always a great day for a Steelers team. But I'm watching the Panthers
Why did
guys
we bring him on this?
because I'm
Let's
awesome
talk about the Steelers.
and not biased about the Broncos being terrible.
3rd and 10.
And seeing those guys taunt was just embarrassing.
I'm guessing they got trips left here. I'm guessing this is going to be a first down for the Chargers.
Nope. Oh,
Wide open.
Yep.
First down and more. It's about a 25-yard gain there for the Chargers on 3rd and 10. 28-yard gain.
That was an easy 28-yard game.
I don't know what the safety is doing.
He felt it looks like they were dropping into shallow zone coverage.
It looks like cover 2 but cover 2 you're supposed to go with that guy, especially if you have help over the top.
Yeah.
What's up with your shaky feet today?
What do you mean?
You're trembling.
I'm not,
And you're wearing tennis shoes. This is so strange.
I don't understand why that's strange that I'm wearing tennis shoes.
Because you're always like one of those people that doesn't wear tennis shoes.
And they are just driving
You're always
down.
dressy.
Virgil Green, former Bronco there with a big gain.
So I think what the Broncos are running is it's usually called black coverage.
Yeah.
And what essentially happens is the corner is supposed to go with the receiver up to 10 yards, and then if someone does any outbreaking routes, he goes with him. So I think that's what Chris Harris did on the last play where he went up to the flat. But the safety is also supposed to be able to go deep and help with that corner.
Sure.
And he didn't do that. He actually went up with the flat. It was just completely – that's just the Broncos. They blow every coverage like that. And they just allowed the fullback –
6 yards, almost 7 yards.
7. Oh, and that's a Watt.
That's a Watt.
See, what I think the Broncos are running in fans' eyes is crappy defense.
Crappy defense.
Yeah, that's what we would call it.
GS, did you see my boys beat the Falcons? I did. I predicted that they would beat the Falcons. 20-17.
We got to witness the end of that game.
Yeah.
You're just saying that to butter G up because he's always talking to you about the Cowboys.
Wait, G is a guy?
G is a guy.
Oh,
G Garcia.
The whole time I thought it was Jenna's mom.
No, my mom's name is Cheryl.
Cheryl.
That's what I call her, Cheryl. Yeah.
No, G is a big Cowboys fan, and
I knew that one.
he thought that we were being too negative with the Cowboys, and I said, well, to be fair, they lose a lot. So there's a reason
To
for
be
that.
fair, hashtag Jerry Jones.
But they won. They beat the Eagles, and we did some really positive coverage. And I think G's back on board. And
Do you want another mimosa? Might as well.
all right, another mimosa.
Please, just in case.
Yes.
Do you need more of your
Yes.
Dale's Pale Ale sauce?
Yeah, I do. It's really good.
Well, you didn't put enough on there.
Well, I'm going to
You
dip
gotta
it.
just douse it. You can't dip it.
Why not?
Well, I mean, I guess you can, but
It's weird.
it's
I
strange.
do what
get it
I
all
want.
over. Get it all over your hands, all over your face.
So if the NBA playoffs started today,
Yeah.
the Nuggets would be facing the Lakers in round one.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what everybody expects.
And everyone
fun.
on my, all of my
Rivers.
followers seem to think that
Oh.
that the Nuggets have a
Dropped
chance
pass
against the Lakers.
Keenan Allen
Do they
drops
have Will
that one.
Barton?
Good coverage.
Do they have
3rd
Will
and 16.
Barton? Yeah, I guess.
When they play this game, then
Yeah.
I think the team that the Lakers are right now is not a complete team. So it's kind of like if we played right now, yeah, the Nuggets would win.
Here's the thing, Patrick.
Daniel weighs in here on Facebook. He says, "Are you guys excited for the Broncos to fire Joe Woods, Bill Musgraves, and Vance Joseph today and trade Keenum.
They can't trade Keenum right now.
Can't.
But they can do all the other stuff.
It's too expensive.
And I think, they can if they want. They can try to eat that contract next year. But who do you got? Who do you got as a quarterback?
Von Miller is pointing at the right tackle. False start.
Here's the thing,
Von
Patrick.
was correct.
Yes.
I learned not to bet against LeBron last season. I bet against LeBron in every way possible. He proved me wrong in every way possible. Don't bet against LeBron.
Right.
That was when he played in the East.
It's true.
He's playing in the West now. And granted, I do like the East now with the Raptors and Celtics being kind of full teams. The 76ers maybe. I think Jimmy Butler's going to ruin that team. But
Gotsis almost got.
Here's a little dump off to Melvin, and
he's going to get.
Got him in field goal range.
Yep, he's going to get most of the 3rd and 21 back. It's going to be 4th down, and the Chargers are going to kick a field goal again.
LeBron is playing with a young team.
He was playing with a shittier team in Cleveland than he is now.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Because those guys fit how LeBron played at the time. It was a bunch of three-point shooters from 1 to 5, and LeBron. Now he's on a team with guys who are, I got to back you down. Yes, he has Brandon Ingram. Yes, he has Josh Hart. Yes, he has Kuzma. But
right down the middle, and it is now 6-0 Chargers.
Those guys aren't Kyle Korver or J.R. Smith when it comes to shooting threes. Where I know
J.R. Smith, who might as well shoot on the wrong basket.
He should.
J.R. Smith almost did shoot at the wrong basket. Forgot which basket he was going towards. That's for sure.
No, I think
Chris Bennett says my Spurs suck. I mean, this
I'm
is probably
heartbroken about that.
I don't think that they suck. I think that
do,
the Spurs,
they
will still. It's a small sample size. You cannot.
They're also missing 4 point guards.
Say that yet. The Spurs will come out of this.
You're a sample size person now? You're a sample size person now.
I'm not a sample size person, but it is a small sample size still.
Oh, Dave asks, Jenna, how are you coping with the lack of baseball?
I'm not. I literally said on the Nuggets pregame show the other day, I said that they were facing the Milwaukee Brewers. I said the Nuggets are about to face the Milwaukee Brewers. And I had to pause and I was like, oh, I miss baseball so much.
That's not right.
I miss baseball so much.
They weren't playing the Brewers.
They were not.
They were not.
The Nuggets don't play the Brewers typically, but Christian Yelich would still rake.
I mean, I think the Brewers would probably score more points than the Hawks. So,
well, they're not from Milwaukee.
Well, and the Nuggets at least score more points than the Rockies.
The Bucks still beat the Bucks and the Brewers.
Oh, you said it about the Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, Milwaukee is in town.
And the Bucks to me are pretenders this year. They're not a team that's going to win.
Did Draymond and Durant?
Chris asks, Jenna, did Draymond and Durant schism fracture the Warriors, and will it cost them this season?
I hope so.
I don't think so.
I hope so.
It will not.
They're able to keep like personal, and game.
Sure.
They really do. They still came out and they still play great basketball. And the thing is, without Draymond, they still play good basketball. Without Durant, they can still play good basketball because they have so many other components. So I don't think it affects them at all.
Granted, without Draymond, they did just lose that game pretty bad.
I think what is the biggest thing to take away from that fight was the fact that the front office and Golden State straight up took Durant's side when Draymond has been the heart of the Warriors this entire time.
That is why I think it'll fracture this team.
He called him a bitch a bunch. And then
that was awesome.
Which by the way, was not
we're not
accurate.
In first grade anymore.
That is not what got him
totally
suspended.
Allowed.
What got him suspended was when he said, "We don't need you here.
We won without you.
We won without you, bitch." That's what he said, and that's what got him suspended.
Right.
He dared Kevin Durant to leave, and that's what got him suspended.
Kevin Durant is already leaving, despite that conversation. Draymond probably came out. I feel like Draymond said those things.
He has to get a
Draymond and Durant are already tight. He already said that stuff because he knows Durant's leaving.
Yeah, there's the flag.
Yeah, they had Royce Freeman.
Charger player came in, I think it was 28, 29, and he just blasted him while he was on the ground. So get a good little 15 yards there.
Personal foul, 15 yards. Unnecessary roughness. It's going to tack on 15 yards. They're going to start this drive. Best starting field position of the game for the Broncos at about the 30.
And it's okay because, in 2 or 3 plays, Bowles will get a holding call, and it'll be 10 yards back.
Garrett Bowles He's been doing good with the no holding. He hasn't held since the Rams game. So
Garrett holds.
Which, hey, that's
Pronounced
better than
correctly.
last year. Last year, he had a holding call in every game.
Yeah, right.
It was
That's
embarrassing. I thought he was going to continue that streak, 32 straight games of holding calls. So Phillip Rivers has only complained to a teammate once this game. I'm telling you, if they continue to pack on points, he's not going to complain anymore.
right. Chris Bennett says my sample size is the Spurs lost by 20 to the Suns. That's
Pretty bad.
That's pretty much all you need.
I got to give a shout out to my guy who was supposed to be the starting point guard, hurt his Achilles,
Freeman back.
Derek
in the game.
White.
Derek
Played
White
here at CU.
and at UCCS with my sister.
He is a fantastic person. I wish him the best. Hope he's recovering. I just can't wait to see him get out there and actually get some playing time and show what he can do.
Actually, I taught Derek White's cousin or nephew last year. He was in my classroom.
Very nice. Derek is he was a guy who
Encroachment
was
here?
super short in high school, and then like sophomore year of college, he shot up to 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
Encroachment, I believe. Yep. That's going to be 5 yards. First, it'll be 2nd and 5 here, with 1 second left in the quarter. Mebane.
7 penalties by the Chargers. The Broncos have done nothing.
I mean, they should be in a significantly better position. But here's the thing about penalties. If you're a good offense, penalties pretty much don't matter.
Yeah.
If you're really good, penalties are irrelevant.
Well, I mean, look at the best example was the Steelers and Bucks game earlier. When they combined for over 20-some, 30-some penalties.
Yeah.
And both teams ended up putting up over 30 points.
Right.
But I am proud.
Did you see that Nuggets game last night where New
Lost.
Orleans had like 34 free throws to the Nuggets 18 to 34, and not only that, but Anthony Davis had 21 of those free throws
Well,
and made 20.
I will always sit by that.
Shit.
With that kind of no, it's not bullshit because the Nuggets have become like the Warriors. They're going to shoot threes. They're not going to try. I mean, yes,
They're not shooting enough threes. The Nuggets are a terrible three-point shooting
they're a
team.
terrible three-point shoot team, but they're not going inside. They're not dropping it down to Jokic as much as they probably should, to where Jokic is.
Jokic doesn't
push-
want the ball down low. He wants to be able to pass the ball.
Yes, and that's
He doesn't
that's
wanna
why
be
they
a
will never shoot
superstar.
it. They'll never shoot the free throws that teams like the Pelicans, the Trailblazers, even the Thunder, because the Thunder guys love to drive the ball. With Russ and Paul George and now Jeremy Grant on that team. The Celtics drive the ball. The Warriors do not. The Warriors, they might drive and kick. They're not looking for the foul. They're looking for that wide open three-pointer.
Yeah.
Dave
Honestly,
Ross,
people should foul them.
the Thunder from Down Under, says the
Thunder.
Australian Baseball League has just had its opening weekend, so that's how I've been coping.
Were you saying that with an accent at first?
The Thunder from Down Under.
The Australian
best
Basketball League.
But
Australia.
can't you? Let's hear just your regular Arkansas accent.
What are you talking about?
I've
You
heard
had
it
an
before.
Arkansas
It's
accent?
a real thing.
I didn't even hear that when you were drunk.
No,
was
I
disappointed.
don't. I don't have much of
He
an
had
accent.
to work on this not having an accent thing.
Oh, so
I didn't.
did
I didn't work on it. I didn't work on it at all. It just kind of happened.
Lies, Steven.
We're bringing her dessert in front of her.
Yes, this is my dessert.
G saying my Mavs are underrated. Great win last night. I think Doncic is great.
I think Dirk needs to retire.
Dirk's
is-
so old.
This is Dirk's
He's so
farewell.
Farewell. This is his
Tour.
farewell. I
His
don't know
farewell
if that's
tour.
true.
Has anyone had
I
a
think it
good
should.
farewell tour? Kobe's
Derek
was pretty
Jeter.
bad.
Durant, or no, I'm sorry, not Durant. Duncan. Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan did.
Tim Duncan won the
Yes.
title and then retired.
Yeah, okay.
John Elway.
We didn't know that was his farewell tour. We knew it
we
was
didn't know.
Duncan's.
That's
we
true.
knew it was Duncan's.
That's true. We
I'm
knew it
talking
was
about the
Duncan's
guy who
last season.
this is my last season. How many of those guys have had that
Usually, yeah, you're right. Usually, if they've got that kind of nice run there by Royce Freeman, who's getting
You know what
back
that
into the
tells you
action,
about a player is if they are
11 yards
fundamental,
on first down.
they will be successful. Tim Duncan is freaking. I hated
boring
the
he is?
Spurs during that Tim Duncan era. But here's the thing: they're fundamental, and they win games.
and
Well,
they flop.
They called Tim Duncan
my
the big
God.
fundamental. So
I know they do flop.
They
Like
do-
Manu
Between
Ginobili.
Manu and Derek
Manu
Fisher,
freaking
flopping
Ginobili.
became like the new norm. And watching it, that's why
I
I've
love the
always
Derek Fisher
struggled.
reference.
I've always struggled with
Tony
LeBron
Parker,
James.
too.
Tony Parker. I've always struggled with LeBron that a 260-pound man will flop as much as he has in his career. And that is why, to me, personally, I can never compare him to Michael Jordan. Because, yeah, they played in different eras, but watching Michael get Bill Laimbeer into the neck every time he went to the basket compared to LeBron, where it's like, oh, the floodgates are open because no one can hang out in the paint anymore because defensive 3 seconds. I will never respect basketball like I used to in the 90s and early 2000s.
Different style of game.
Best acting job I ever saw was
Manu Ginobili.
Shaquille O'Neal. No, Shaquille O'Neal took a charge from John Stockton. And
You see, like this, the comparison of the two players. John Stockton, Shaquille O'Neal.
Wait,
you would have thought that.
Which Shaq was this?
Who
was
had
this
shorter
Shaq in
shorts
the
on?
90s or
Be
Shaq
honest.
in the 2000s?
This was
Who had
Shaq.
shorter shorts on? That's
This
the
was
real
Shaq
question.
with the Lakers. So
it was Fat Shaq.
It was Fat Shaq.
It
That's
wasn't
right.
Skinny Shaq, where it's a little more plausible in
Right.
that regard.
This was Fat Shaq.
Fat Shack.
Yeah, good distinction.
It's a good restaurant, too, by the way.
That's the
Shake
Fat
Shack.
Hey, that's my favorite drunk spot.
No, it was great. It was amazing. And the commentators that were like, man, he's moved to Hollywood. He started taking acting classes. Almost on third down to Cortland Sutton. He's overshot. Looks like that's going to be a blocking foul or a holding penalty
Pass
on
interference
Hayward.
on the offense? Offensive pass interference.
Oh, they're going to say OPI. Dan Fouts is suggesting OPI. Yep, that's what it is. Offensive pass interference on 23, not on Cortland Sutton, who was the intended target.
So it was just some random person?
It was on Devontae Booker. Watch Booker here.
Oh,
it must have been.
he's going to come.
Yeah,
you
he
can't
threw
do
his hip into it. Boy, they caught that. Man, Booker. Talk about somebody who needs some acting lessons. You gotta make it. What?
Patrick is texting me right now.
I asked if she said she's on her way. I asked if she made it.
I made it here, obviously.
Did you make it?
I did make it. I'm about to make this donut mine.
It's a beignet.
Andy Janovich with the
thing.
first down, and it's like he just won the Super Bowl. Andy Janovich
got a first down.
He got a first down. Everybody is so happy on the fake punt. And
best pass of the game by the Broncos.
That's right. Yes, the punter threw the best pass of the game so far.
There's so
for
much
the
powder in my
Broncos.
mouth.
Oh, hey, there it is. There he is. Phillip Rivers complaining.
two.
That's number 2.
Wait. I'm at my prediction.
You're at your prediction. If he goes over 2, you drink. That's like got to be like a shot, okay?
Oh, gosh.
Not something
I'm going
wussy
to show it to my youth kids. Sure, kids. I'm going to teach you about Jesus.
They got
Actually,
Tim Patrick
You just drank
in
wine.
motion. And Phillip Lindsay.
Oh,
Phillip
what's
Lindsay.
a run?
And that is a touchdown.
Huge
He's
hole
getting in.
end zone. Touchdown, Phillip Lindsay.
Well, there's 7 of the 16 points.
You can't
Wow.
hate on Phillip Lindsay. Like,
I hated him in college.
you can't.
I can.
He's too
He's a
small to
prima
be in the
donna.
NFL. He's
A prima donna.
What a play.
There's no reason why he should be
Look
in the
at
NFL
this
right
hole.
now, and
Look
he's
at how
doing
big-
a fantastic job.
Great job by the
I
guard.
mean, just a great. He was patient too
pocket.
because he had to wait for that hole to open up. But once it was open, he hit it right at the second. That was a
freaking Lindsay.
great
His
play.
patience reminded me of some guy. He used to play in the NFL. He's pretty good. Kind of got greedy.
Haven't heard of him.
Le'Veon Bell. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell is eternally patient, which is why he is not playing.
Not playing football right now.
That's right. 7-6 Broncos lead after a very impressive play there by Phillip Lindsay. I still am just in awe of how he did not get drafted. Like, it's just remarkable to me because his ability to see the field, his ability to cut at the right time. Like, I think the art of cutting to me is a lot about you can kind of see the momentum, the inertia of a defender's body leaning a certain direction, and you've got that twitch muscle to just like turn the other way. it's a
to
timing
make that
thing.
step.
Right, and he times those so well. I think maybe it was on display the best in the Cardinals game when they were playing against Arizona.
Who?
The Cardinals.
The college team?
The Arizona,
baseball?
the Phoenix Cardinals, former members of the NFC East Cardinals.
The school for the blind and deaf?
I know that the Cardinals are not very good.
What's
but,
up with Phoenix teams being shitty this year?
This year?
I mean,
or always?
The Diamondbacks were okay. Diamondbacks were
No.
okay.
The Phoenix
They
Coyotes
weren't.
suck.
They were
the
third
Phoenix
in the
Suns
The
NL
suck.
Coyotes, the Yotes. Come on,
Never
the
heard
Yotes.
of them. Hashtag
You've never heard of
them.
Wayne Gretzky was their manager.
Just
You've
messing.
never heard of the Yotes?
So don't.
The Cardinals.
Jenna gives you
the
any
Suns,
hockey advice. Don't listen to her.
Don't.
the
Come on, man.
Yotes.
Yote up. G says, TJ, you think my boys can pull it off and beat the Saints? No, I don't. Because I feel they are the realest threat we have to face the rest of the season. They are the realest threat that you have, but, I mean,
But you're going to lose to someone who's not a real threat.
They're
and
all real
that's
threats.
Normally what
yeah.
the Cowboys like to do. And the Redskins are going to. Who's their quarterback now?
Colt McCoy.
The return of the McCoy.
That's right.
I like
'em.
Colt McCoy.
Hook 'em.
I felt bad for Colt McCoy that he got hurt in that national championship.
Everybody does.
I still don't think they would have won that game.
They would not have. I mean, it wasn't like Garrett Gilbert played poorly. He still played really well. The second that they did that onside kick and they started to try to steal the momentum, it really pissed Alabama off. And then from there on out, it was just a bloodbath.
Oh, yeah. I think that's kind of what happened yesterday with Alabama and Citadel tied at the half. They probably did something really upsetting, and
right.
Alabama realized.
Isn't that when we were arguing about something yesterday? And
Yeah.
You texted me that?
Was
Yeah.
that the Mark
were we
Ingram
arguing about?
year?
We're arguing about Kyrie Irving not being a good defender.
Was that Mark Ingram that year? The Mark Ingram Heisman year?
Yes, because they beat Florida, and I was pissed. I've never been so salty in my life, except when that happened. Because it was like, that was the senior year. That was Tebow.
That was
going
Tebow's last year.
undefeated.
Because they had beaten Oklahoma
the only hope for the
previous
Mets.
season. They beat OU the previous season.
We
he
were
had some,
killing everybody that year.
I think they won that game by 8. Didn't they win that game against OU by 8
Again,
in the
yeah,
national championship?
10.
That was Sam Bradford.
24-14.
Yeah.
Bradford pulled a Kurt Warner and threw an interception on the goal line.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Condoleezza Rice?
Getting potential to be the head coach.
Rumors.
They came out today publicly and said that they were not considering Condoleezza Rice, that it was just a rumor, but they had a lot of respect for her, and they think that her leadership skills would be better served in the front office of the NFL, like the league office, which is pretty high praise, and I agree with them. She doesn't have any experience as a coach, but she's a Browns.
She'd whip those kids into shape.
I would rather have Condoleezza Rice be the head coach of the Browns than Hugh Jackson.
Whoever the OC is for the Browns right now, he needs to remain the OC because that offense has never looked better.
All it was them switching out some personnel and Greg Williams just being willing to let the offensive coordinator do that. It was Hugh Jackson was holding up the progress of that team.
Greg Williams. Man, haven't heard that name since, people were winning money.
Since he was paying people to hurt other players.
Brett Favre.
Take him out.
All right, take the knee out.
Did anyone think that the Broncos would actually be winning right now?
I thought they'd probably score and it'd be like, 7-0 to start and then just, an all-out bloodbath after that.
That Vikings-Saints NFC Championship game makes so much more sense now.
Oh, look, Antonio Gates.
Oh,
he's
Antonio
going.
Gates
He's
is
slow. Good God, he's so slow.
Well, he put on 55 pounds.
Man.
Looks more like a nose tackle.
He still destroyed that.
Jeez.
26. Yeah, Darian
He's so
Stewart
By
here.
Darren, he's got neck problems. He probably went back after that.
Darian Stewart barely held on.
Look
Barely.
how chunky
Just
he
held
is.
on to his arm and was like, nope.
At
you're
least,
staying.
he didn't want to be like the Buccaneers guy where he gets stiff-armed onto the IR.
So when
Rivers took a hit on that.
When
play
the
as
Rams
well.
were in at the Nuggets game the other
all
night,
6 of the Chargers' first downs today have been by the pass.
the other night when the Rams were at the Nuggets at the Pepsi Center.
Uh-huh.
It was insane. They walked through the tunnel.
Rivers got under pressure. Oh, he goes down.
Goes down.
Is that Wolf?
Yeah.
No. It's another
Got.
Gotsis?
Chris
Goaties.
wanted to correct us and say Colt McCoy was lighting up the Bama defense before he got hurt. Yeah, but he got hurt at the very beginning of the game. So,
Yeah. And I think Alabama had a game plan for him. They did not for the backup.
oh, Garrett Gilbert, right.
Yeah.
I think Gilbert ended up having almost 300 yards passing
He
in
had
that
a great
game.
game.
He played well. I don't,
But when you don't know who the guy is coming in, you're playing for Colt McCoy. You're playing for how Colt McCoy throws the ball to the right, to the left, in the middle, on the run. I mean, it changes everything. They're like, well, how does this guy play?
To the right.
Melvin
to
Gordon.
The right, to the left.
Oh,
to the
false
left.
start there. That's got to be a false start on the left tackle.
Is he going to complain?
He's looking.
Don't
he's
you
looking,
complain.
He's
Don't you
breathing
complain.
heavy.
Don't you complain.
Breathing
He
heavy.
looks. It's
He's
in
only
his
breathing
eyes.
heavy.
They're going
It's
to say
in his
delay
eye.
of game. Delay of game.
He's only breathing heavy. That does not.
You know what? This isn't even a fair bet because the TV might not show every time he complains.
I'm okay with that.
He was breathing heavy.
Yeah,
he was really
like
buff.
that.
he was upset.
He was scowling.
I've been there. I've thrown the football at refs before.
Chris on Facebook says
Wow.
Sue should have
I
won the
wouldn't have picked
Heisman,
that.
not Ingram that year. I agree with that.
I had a very high competitive spirit about me.
Oh no, I was really competitive.
Oh,
and
We just kind of chucked it.
Oh, interception!
Chris Harris with the interception.
Wow.
And the home fans are going crazy.
What's up
And-
with? Why is he smiling?
Well, because that's what Philip Rivers does.
Why is he
'Cause
smiling?
Philip Rivers
like
is a
that?
good
Smiling
Catholic
anymore.
man. You leave him alone. He's got 9 kids.
He has the patience of a
27
saint.
children.
He goes to see the Pope once a year. All of these are facts. I'm not actually making any of it up.
That was an underthrown pass. You got to put that one on Rivers.
Oh, 100%. I think he knows it. It's not like he's blaming the receiver.
He
He's just laughing.
smiled like he was wanting it to happen.
It was almost kind of like, all right, well, that's the only one you get. I'm going to put up 38 points on you now.
Dan said, well done, Lindsey. Yeah, that was a great run by Lindsey and a great interception here by Chris Harris. Arena says NFL Denver Broncos versus. Oh, okay. All right, that's
Yeah, she's hot, but get back to the game.
Were we not focusing on the game?
I
Were we
think
talking?
we were focused on the
I
game.
thought
We were
we've been
too
focused on the
focused on
game.
me being hot.
I don't ever remember stopping and just going, dumb.
David Ubben, who is, I believe, he's working for The Athletic now. What's up, David? David, former Springdale High grad out of Arkansas. Been covering the Big 12 for a long time.
Don Munoz, what's up?
Chris Bennett says Super Bowl champion Garrett Gilbert. Was he on a Super Bowl winning team? Was Garrett Gilbert on a Super Bowl winning team? Did I miss that? Craig saying, yo, what do you know?
Craig.
Dominique saying, hey. What's up, Dominique?
Give him
To
a shout out.
Patrick.
Give him a shout out.
Specifically saying hello to Patrick.
Jenna, you're not the only one that's hot here, okay?
I never said I was.
Well,
Our CBS
the people-
feed is
the
not
people
down,
have that.
Yoda.
The people have asked for what they want.
Oh, I got to change the quarter here. I forgot to change the quarter. That's my
the
fault.
longest first quarter ever.
I know, a really long first quarter.
Um,
We're here at Oskar Blues Brewery. Actually, it's not the
It's
brewery. It's the
Foodery.
restaurant. The Foodery.
They call it the Oskar Blues Grill and Brew.
Oh, I saw Foodery.
The Oskar Blues Grill and Brew.
You saw,
Well-
it's right there. Oskar Blues Grill and Brew, Denver.
Yep.
I see it there, but
on the logo.
I did see
So we are the Foodery's side.
Foodery.
And it is very nice. I have to say, we had the silo burger earlier. It was fantastic. Everybody had a little bit of that. We've had these jalapeno poppers.
Good stuff. Good
with
So
stuff.
good.
Just, I mean, these things are so good.
They're addicting. Oh, here comes a little reverse to Emmanuel. I thought he was going to throw it.
That would have been fun.
Is it in Emmanuel Sanders' contract they have to run that play at least once a game?
It might be now because he's the only big name receiver on the team. Oh, Demarius is gone?
Mike Pouncey. They're blaming the center.
I think they're saying that was on Phillip Rivers. That he took his eye off of it really quick. And there's another penalty on the Chargers.
Wow.
They're just shooting themselves in the foot.
Garrett Gilbert was a backup on the Patriots team that beat Seattle. I did not know that.
You mean the Seattle team that beat itself and didn't run the ball on the 1 yard line?
Oh, I'm so sore.
They still had to pick that pass off.
Stairmaster.
I did legs yesterday. I just tried to sit up in my chair, and I was like, ow. You know that sore feeling that, like, it's so good and so bad at the same time?
I think I do. TJ?
TJ's never been to the gym.
I do. I did legs
Never
yesterday.
been to the gym.
What?
I did legs yesterday.
Did we?
It's true.
Did we make you
Okay, Patrick,
self-conscious?
you're sitting here. Whose legs are bigger?
Mine. I have the biggest legs here.
Yeah, but out of me and TJ. Look at he's trying to make his legs big right
I'm
now.
not trying to make my legs bigger.
He's over here flexing.
I'm not. No, I just lifted my leg up.
Whose legs are bigger?
You guys are ridiculous.
Look at that. Look at that.
They're like
are
almost
so sad.
identical.
No, I think
TJ
yours
and
are
I have
bigger.
the same size legs.
Yeah, my
I
legs
think
are
yours
bigger.
are a little bigger. I don't think
He's saying
TJ's
me.
are.
My legs are bigger than.
He's saying
your
my legs are bigger than yours.
TJ, you can't have big legs
guys
and
are
a
just-
flat butt.
You guys are just saying that. You guys are just saying that.
Oh, God. Ah.
Flat ass and
You guys
big
are
legs. That doesn't
obsessed.
even make sense.
You guys are obsessed with my legs.
We're obsessed with your legs.
You are. You're obsessed with my legs.
In what world?
It's okay. It's okay.
Never.
I'm sorry.
Have I ever.
You know.
I'm obsessed with how tiny they are.
Is no one else going to have this donut?
I thought it was
You have to
yours.
call
One
it
of them
a
was for
beignet.
me.
Call
Okay,
it a
hold on.
beignet.
Eat the beignet. Turn
Here,
your.
I'll cut it
it's-
in half.
It's your beignet.
And
It's
TJ
you
can
two
eat the
can
other
share
half.
the.
It's your beignet.
We're not going to eat it. At
I already
the same
had
time.
one. Jeez, man.
I've been
on
hitting
one leg.
I've been hitting the gym hard. My wife is upset that my legs get so
Skinny.
they get so
Tiny?
just like
Itty
no muscular so quickly after just a couple of weeks back at the gym.
Because
Yeah.
you have no legs.
But no, I'm trying to get in shape
That's not
for.
the. That's not.
I'm trying to get in
muscular.
shape for Cancun.
That's not muscular when you have skinny legs. When you're skinny, that's like saying like a girl who's fat has big boobs. Like
Oh,
no,
they
she's
will
just
say
fat.
that. They will say that.
She's just fat. A skinny
so
dude
mean.
with abs or nice legs is just skinny. He's not fit.
I'm just skinny, is what
See,
you're saying.
and I was trying to work on my dad bod that Jena so graciously gave me that I ended up pulling a muscle in my back.
Okay, here's the thing.
I blame that.
There
whole
is-
I
solely
said
on
that you have a dad bod. I said that Connor Cape is not attractive, and everyone has hurt feelings now. Like
Actually, I don't.
you at least you just went to the gym and worked out. Like you don't have hurt
I
feelings.
went 6 days in a row and I got hurt.
But Connor Cape got all hurt.
He didn't get hurt.
He got butt hurt.
He didn't get hurt. You were mean. You were flat out mean. I think you
It's
meant it.
mean to say
I
that the
don't
person's
think-
not attractive,
When you talk about my legs, like I don't care.
so it's not mean.
I am totally
it's just
confident
honest.
in my own physique.
It's honest.
Connor is not, and you hurt his feelings that way.
I guess that's
Hashtag PC world.
You meant it. You meant that.
I do
We
mean
mean
it.
it about
Why
your
can't
legs,
we
too.
mean it about your legs? They're smaller than my legs.
That's not true, though.
That is
It's not-
true.
It's not true.
I am
Patrick is a
scared.
third party. He's looking at both of our legs, and he still thinks that I have bigger
I'm also-
legs than your
and
legs.
Jenna's got powder all over her. Looks like she was hanging out with
These
Scarface
legs
earlier.
have a lot of power in them. These legs have a lot. They're tiny,
We're not
but
saying
they're
that they're
like
stronger
they're like the Philip
or
Lindsay of
not
legs.
stronger.
They're tiny, but they have a lot of power.
Now he's
Lot of
added
ability.
Philip Lindsay. He
Yeah.
said
That's
Bo
right.
Jackson legs, Philip Lindsay legs.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking Shaun White legs.
Sean White.
I was thinking 12-year-old girl
snowboarder.
legs. See, and you're not
4th
hurt.
and 1.
You're
I'm not hurt.
fine.
I'm not
So what does that say about Connor?
Get the
Cape?
fur. Oh, he got stuffed. He's short. They went for it
Wow,
on 4th and 1.
And Philip Lindsay doesn't get it. If I was going to run 4th and 1, I would have run it with Royce Freeman.
Yeah, the bigger of, with maybe a fullback. I don't
Right.
know.
I feel like I blame Bill Musgrave for that. Although he had a hole. He just
Ooh,
he had
tried
a
to
hole.
make a cut instead of just running.
He should have just run forward.
I get it. You got to be patient, but there's times you need to work on not being patient.
Sure. Okay.
But the Broncos are still winning this game. This is the thing that is causing Broncos fans to, think that they're having a decent season. Every time they lose within 7 points, every time they lose within a small margin, they're like, oh, well, it was only barely a loss. And then Broncos fans are like, it's okay. It's not a big deal.
That was the most aggressive call.
The Browns are going to beat the Broncos this year. Handily.
I don't know about that. That game will be close. I don't know who's going to win that game.
They're going to beat them handily.
But the Browns are playing better. You're right. Baker Mayfield's he's a good quarterback. And Nick Chubb is a really good running back.
And Duke
is
Johnson's
he related to Bradley Chubb?
They're cousins.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so here, I'm not drinking it right now, so I'm not going to pick it up. When they drafted Chubb here, they decided to do $1 Old Chubb beer because it's one of our top beers.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no
for
way.
a whole weekend, we did Old Chubb beer. I asked them, I was like, so what happens if we also draft Nick Chubb? And the joke was everything will be free if it has Chubb in it.
Wow. Dan says she's a tease. And then Mate says, ugly people talking, shake my head. Dan says she has no clue.
Oh.
That
I'm a tease or that I have no clue about what?
No clue that she's a tease. No clue
Dan
that she's
isn't
hot.
the same guy that is from Australia, is he?
No, that's Ross. That's
No, I thought his name was David.
Dave. That's Dave Ross.
Yeah.
Dan and Dave are different names. Confirmed.
Dan and Dave. It's fairly different.
Who are these ugly people talking that you speak of?
I don't know.
I don't either. We're all pretty confident here in ourselves.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, TJ's here on live, drinking cider.
Drinking cider.
Why
am I a tease? Why is that a thing? Why is that always a thing that I'm like a tease why? I'm just doing my job right now. I'm talking about football. I'm participating
and TJ's likes.
And now I'm a tease. So should I just not come on?
14 followers
what is that
away
about?
from AK on
that's
Twitter.
Right. I'm 14
I don't know.
followers
I've
away.
noticed that there's always usually an influx of people watching when
it's
Jenna's
like
on.
this.
I don't know if they care
well,
about
I'm
football.
a tease, so
they like having you on the broadcast.
not if I'm a tease.
What
does that mean?
No one here is calling you a tease.
Someone just called me a tease. So what does that mean?
I'm talking about here.
Called you a tease. One commenter.
You got to get used to that. How many followers do you have? You circled it the other day. It's like 7,000.
I got to 7,000 followers. Yeah.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
You're gonna run into people calling you a tease and
I don't.
Other names.
But
I
want to know the why. Like, what did I do to
never
tease
give
you?
a name.
I'm going to follow Jenna's strategy of getting to 7,000 followers on Instagram by posing in the exact same way in the exact same photos.
With the baseball bat?
That's right.
First of all, I had to do a shoot for
You should do
the
a
radio
bikini
station.
pic because I think that's.
I'm literally dressed. First of all, I'm dressed in more clothing than they asked me to wear.
Wow.
So there's that. My mom was like, "Why are your shorts so short?" And I'm like, "I'm literally covered up. Everything is covered." And she still was upset with how much clothing
I would have done
wearing.
it without pants.
She was upset with how little clothing you were wearing?
Yeah, but I was wearing way more than what they asked me to wear.
What did they ask you to wear?
Far tighter.
Okay.
These were loose shorts and a T-shirt.
Yeah.
They wanted me to wear tighter and shorter and crop top so that my midsection was showing.
Yeah. So.
But no, I chose the most conservative outfit.
I thought it was a good picture.
Yeah, this guy's saying he's going to pose like it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I was going to tell him to have him pose with the bikini pics.
I have one picture in my bikini.
Yeah.
You can't
that's what I'm going to have TJ do now.
Me in a bikini?
Yeah.
You were supposed to wear a Speedo to show your legs
me.
up.
The
Speedo was
The
Patrick.
deal was me. I had to go get my old one and wear that.
That would have really broke the internet.
Chris is saying he's 80 followers away from 7K on Twitter. Let's get Chris Bennett. Chris,
you
your
are
Twitter
hot
handle.
on Twitter.
Yeah, post your Twitter handle on
I'll follow
the
you,
feed.
Chris.
Oh, Gordon. Big game by Gordon.
God. He's still going. He's still going. Oh, my gosh.
Refusing to go down, Melvin Gordon gets nearly 30 yards. Finally brought down by Simmons and a gang of Broncos. That screen was very well set
wow.
up, very
I
well
have
blocked.
lost like 200 followers.
1, 2, 3,
How many do you have?
364
4,
now.
5.
You still have.
He broke 6 tackles before going down.
But my last
Beast
tweet
mode,
was
Melvin Gordon.
Baez is hot for Arenado. That was my last tweet. But I'll still follow you, Chris, because I want to get you there. Chris Bennett, 89.
Who wears shorter shorts, Jena or John Stockton? That is a good question.
John Stockton.
I think John Stockton. Yeah. I'm going to go with
It's
Stockton.
absolutely John Stockton.
Right.
I don't know about that.
John Stockton's the kind of guy.
John Stockton's a tease.
Yeah. John Stockton is a tease.
So which Chris Bennett is this? I don't know which one I'm following.
Chris, can you post your Twitter handle?
And then I will follow you. There's a lot of Chris Bennett's blowing up.
So my Twitter blew up the other night. I had 300 new followers in one night.
Maybe I should post these pictures.
That's good.
I didn't post any of those pictures. I'm not a tease.
I think I hit a nerve and
Well, it's frustrating to be like, oh, okay, so because you like sports and you're pretty, now you're a tease. Like, that's how it goes.
yeah.
So I can't.
They've probably said worse
Can't-
things about me.
I can't like sports, or I can't be good looking.
Basically, they don't believe a person like you exists, and they're blown away by that. Speedo at Casa Bonita and Cliff Dive.
Craig, you are a liar. We are calling
he's
you
going
out.
to-
Rivers wide open.
Oh, he got it!
Big
With the
completion
catch.
Mike
there.
Williams.
Mike
Wow.
Williams. It'll be first and goal for the Chargers.
I have no idea
How
what
are the
I wanna
Broncos still winning?
Lob pass
Give it
from
5
Phillip Rivers.
minutes. They'll be losing.
I'm gonna eat this unless
And
you want it.
Nope, go for it. I'm going to eat the
He
crawfish.
caught
though.
that at the apex of his jump. I mean, that was just a really well executed play, top to bottom. Well placed ball. Mike Williams just goes up and gets it. The defensive back could do nothing about it. Shotgun once again for the Chargers. Phillip Rivers drops back. Right in the middle.
Oh!
And it's deflected, almost intercepted.
So close.
Deflected there by Todd Davis. Oh, great defensive play there by Todd
That's a really
Davis.
good job.
That was a really good play because Rivers thought he could just float it in there, and he could not.
Chris, I can't follow you until I know what I'm following.
It says my Twitter is at ChrisGB00. Colt McCoy is my avatar.
Craig is a liar because he said that he would always come to our shows.
Boom,
And he's
done.
never came.
It's
You are
okay.
at 79
Oh,
away.
Phillip Rivers almost gets sacked wide open.
Touchdown.
Keenan Allen. Second and goal.
I guess we didn't need 5 minutes.
They sent the blitz, and it left Keenan Allen
So
wide
who's
open.
winning the game now? I'm sorry. I would just like to point to the
And
screen.
now
and-
he's
oh.
wearing the belt.
But 17-7 or 12-17.
They'll go for 2 here.
12-7.
They'll go for
Do you
2
think they'll
here.
go for it now,
I
or are
think
they
they'll
going to
go.
wait?
I think they'll go for 2 here. Let's see what happens, but I think they're going for 2 here.
Phillip Rivers with the
That was
I don't know what that is.
lame.
I don't either.
Excelsior. Stan Lee
Yeah,
tribute.
Can you?
That was
Can
so
I actually
lame.
get a taster of the hop? Have you tried the Hopworks yet?
All right, Patrick's ordering some sort of exquisite brew. Flag on the play. What's going on here? They got a flag on the play. Picked up a flag. They are kicking the field goal. They are
What's the
kicking,
flag
they
about?
are kicking the
I
field
think
goal.
you would kick it in this situation because you're not worried about the Broncos' offense. The only reason the Broncos scored is they had pretty good field position at that
Philip
time.
Lindsay.
But they still
They
have.
faked that punt and they scored with Phil Lindsay.
I just feel like anytime you're up 5, what does a field goal get you?
Well, 6 puts you up 6 now,
Well,
and then everyone's missing
yes,
extra
they're
points.
up right, but they're up 6. But a touchdown ties it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 points ties it.
The only
Oh my God, that kid is so happy he just got the ball.
Here's where I agree to go for 2. If my team is winning, by let's say 2 points and we score and we're up 8 after that,
Yeah.
I want to kick the extra point. But if I'm up 7 after that, and if I go for 2, I could push that even to 9 instead of 8 now.
Sure.
Because the thing I view is if I'm up 9, well, it's 2-score game. And then if I don't get it, I'm still up by that touchdown.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry about it. When you're up 6 and it's early on in the game and you trust your offense and you trust your defense and you know how bad the other opposing offense is, you're at worst concerned like, well, if they get a field goal, we're still up 3. If they score a touchdown, we're still going to go score. I'm not going to worry about this right now.
I feel that. I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, this is touchdowns win games, field goals don't. I mean, unless you're the Steelers, like playing the Chiefs in the playoffs, then field goals will win you games.
Or if you're the Broncos, 6 years ago playing the Rams, and the Rams win the game on 6 field goals.
Right. It does happen, but if you really aren't worried about the Broncos offense, go for 2. You're up 5. That puts pressure on them to score a touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah.
But even then, if they score a touchdown, then they'll just kick the field goal and they'll only be up 2. So you're only a field goal away from retaking the lead.
And later in the game, if we're in the fourth quarter and the score is kind of similar to this, let's say it's 20 and the Broncos are sitting at 21 and you score a touchdown, I am going for 2.
Yeah.
Because I want that 7 points now. I got you, Chris.
Craig says, I'm a liar,
Yes.
a thief, a cheat. Yep, you're Slumerican. Anyways,
I don't know what that is,
go
but-
Broncos. Love y'all. Good show. As always, Cracker Craig, thank you very much.
Cracker Craig.
I'm still a big believer in your content. Chris says thanks for the follow.
I got you.
Juan says Chris Harris wasn't talking shit on that play. Oh, you mean
The play where he got burned?
the play where he got destroyed by Keenan Allen? Of course not. I mean, that's how trash talk works. You talk trash unless you
They
suck.
just pooch kick it.
Unless you're Jalen Ramsey, then you talk trash all the time. Although
And
he had a pretty
Jalen
game.
Ramsey had a great game. It's just there's no
His
offense
team-
on that team.
His team sucks. Yeah.
And the Steelers, we're figuring out ways to win right now. That's all I care about.
He is adamant he is out in Jacksonville. He is leaving Jacksonville once
They
he gets
just
free
said they're
agency.
going to trade him this offseason.
They're going to trade him.
They're planning to. And I'm like, who is going to take Jalen Ramsey that needs Jalen Ramsey?
The Rams? I mean, the Rams don't need him, but
Well, if they lose Aqib Talib after the season, he's been so hurt.
yeah.
They would love Jalen Ramsey, but they don't have the
Yes.
money.
I take Jalen Ramsey in Denver.
I'd take Jalen Ramsey in Pittsburgh, but I know Pittsburgh doesn't want him.
Pittsburgh, the culture of that franchise does not really, it's not conducive to Jalen Ramsey's. Oh, what a shit throw by Case Keenum.
Well, that's why people were like, why don't the Steelers take Des Bryant? I was like, because Des doesn't fit. He would never fit in there.
Bryant does not fit the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they don't need him.
No.
They've got so many wide receivers. They don't need Des Bryant. You know who needed Des Bryant? The Cowboys.
Yeah.
The Cowboys.
And they went and got
needed
Amari
Des
Cooper, but Amari Cooper and Des Bryant, I like that more.
2nd and 10 here after a bad pass to the down back on 1st down. Keenum underthrows
So many guys,
most of the time, I feel like.
especially on check
Wow,
downs.
he's got a lot of time here.
Well, he's throwing off his back foot there, and it's almost intercepted. Trying to get it out to.
See, I'm okay with that right there.
Yeah.
Where the Charger guy, he's not like sitting there like, he was legitimately close to picking that ball off, and he's kind of sitting there like, oh, so close. Not like, wow, look what
at
I
how.
did.
Look at
He was close.
But look at where the ball is getting to the receiver. It is
Low.
almost on the ground.
Yeah.
It's low because, one, Keenum is throwing on his back foot, which is just the worst decision.
Yeah.
He's
also
weak.
0 for
throwing
4 on
away
3rd
from-
downs today, by the way, the Broncos.
That's the weird thing to me about Case Keenum being weak now is when he was in college, I remember just
Got
watching
a
him
limp noodle.
bombing it.
Yeah, he was stepping into throws. I think he can throw the bomb pretty well. Oh, 1st down for Philip Lindsay.
They gave it to him.
They put the ball out into the flat, put him in space. Philip Lindsay gets the 1st down. You're right. In college at Houston, Case Keenum
Just slung it.
airing it out.
And he did that when he first got to college. And then when teams are like, no, we need you to be more accurate, I'm kind of sitting there going, well, he took away how great he was.
Pittsburgh won, Chris?
Oh, Pittsburgh did win, yes. We came back. Ben Roethlisberger ran on a 1-yard touchdown. Go Steelers. Everyone else sucks.
Chris says Jalen Ramsey talked all that shit about everyone when he was the one on the shitty team, but did he play well today?
I think he had 2 interceptions today.
He did. He played well today. He had 2 interceptions, one in the end zone that he returned back to the 40-yard line.
Yep. And then he had one early. And honestly, I mean, Antonio Brown had one good play. He had a 78-yard touchdown. I don't even know if Jalen Ramsey was in coverage.
Yeah. Juju Smith-Schuster
had a good game. I think he ended up with like 8 catches, almost 100 yards. James Conner actually had a pretty bad game. They could not get James Conner down. And when you're down, is Limp Noodle like Noodle Arm Jena?
Yeah, Chris, because she, a couple of broadcasts ago, was trying to talk about noodle arm, and I asked her what she thought that meant.
What does that mean?
And she wouldn't explain what she thought noodle
No,
arm meant.
because he was trying to be dirty about it.
I wasn't trying to be dirty. I said noodle arm, and you just kept giggling like a schoolgirl. And I was like, "What are you? What are you like?"
And
I
then
don't
you get
know.
mad at
Just,
me and
what's a
TJ
noodle
when
arm?
we laugh at you.
You
and you're
guys are being dirty.
I'm not. I was not being dirty at all. Noodle arm means you have no strength in your arm.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
what
wet,
I
limp
said.
noodle.
That's not what you said.
Limp noodle.
What's a limp noodle?
What's a limp noodle to you?
Do you like limp noodles?
No.
She can't use limp noodles. She is laughing like a little schoolgirl.
Because you guys all know what you're talking about.
No, a limp, wet noodle of an arm is a really bad arm. It's what Andrew Luck had last year.
Yeah. He had to have surgery.
He just looks like he's having fun.
Yeah.
He missed it, but he full out. They threw a touchdown. They're trying to throw a touchdown pass to him, and he full dove out for that ball.
Yeah.
He didn't get it, but it's just nice to see him just kind of being carefree again.
Let's see, King Flash. Rivers for MVP runner-up.
Who's the MVP then? Todd Gurley?
Drew Brees.
Why not Todd Gurley?
Todd Gurley's really good.
He might break the record for touchdowns in a season.
He may.
If he does that, does he get MVP? And this is not rushing touch. This is just touchdowns.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes on with that offense and that team. Gurley is definitely my number 2. I would go Brees, Gurley.
Mahomes, Rivers.
Yeah, Mahomes and Rivers are right there.
Well, Mahomes has slowed down recently. The Chiefs are still winning.
Yeah.
But someone made a good comparison, and I will agree with it to a degree, that the 1999 Rams are a lot like this Chiefs team.
I was going to say the 97 Vikings.
With when they had Moss and Carter.
Moss and Carter,
and,
Dante Culpepper. They had Robert Smith.
I thought they had the other quarterback.
No. It was Dante Culpepper.
I thought Culpepper was the like 99-2001 team, but they had
Yeah, that's what I meant. 99-2001. That's right.
Okay, because in 97 or 98 they were fantastic.
Right, because Culpepper was in his second year, and he was he was lighting it up. That offense was incredible.
And then they lost 41-0 in 2001 to the Giants.
Right. Yeah.
The Giants then just got ravaged in the Super Bowl anyway.
You know, it's funny. I thought that Mahomes was going to have a much slower progression to being at this level. A slower progression would kind of lend itself to him being an all-time great player. This fast of a progression is more indicative of him being a flash in the pan.
Nick Foles.
Somebody like that, yeah.
Where he threw 7 touchdowns in a game, everyone lost their mind, and then they realized he's not that great.
You burst onto the scene like that. I mean, name the last guy who burst onto the scene like this and then was this good the rest of his career. They just don't exist.
John Elway.
Elway, though, his first year was terrible.
True.
And as was Marino. Marino.
They made the Super Bowl.
Marino made his Super Bowl the first year.
And then never went back.
Never went back again. But his second season, he threw for 5,000 yards.
Yep.
And then it was just...
You know how his career ended, though. You know the last game he played in? Played Jacksonville. Do you know how bad he lost?
No.
63-8.
Oh, 60.
I gotta go say hi. Some of my friends just showed up.
Well, tell them to come over here.
Well, yeah, they're also sports writers, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go say hi and
All
then
right.
come back.
Okay. Jenna's leaving the broadcast. El Eagle Alien says, how about them Cowboys?
I mean, you beat the Falcons, who I don't know if that's a good thing anymore.
Perennially the best team in the NFL until the season starts.
Yeah. Everyone thinks that they're going to be great.
Which team do you reckon is the worst in the NFL right now? Worst
I
team
want
in
to
the
say
NFL.
Arizona.
Arizona's pretty bad.
I think they're winning right now.
I'm going to say Arizona's also – I'm going to agree with that.
I think it might be the Raiders.
Man, the Raiders
I
are
think-
trying to be the worst team in the
I
NFL.
think Arizona's beating them.
Are they right now?
I think is what I saw, or I have that reversed.
That's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Colt McCoy had a noodle arm versus Bama. That's why he couldn't come back.
Oh, no, they're tied, 14-14. So the battle for worst.
Craig says cure for limp noodle is Viagra. And then Chris Bennett
Randall
says,
Cunningham, thank you.
Randall Cunningham.
That's who I was thinking of.
You were thinking of
because
Randall
they
Cunningham.
had Randy Moss, they had Chris Carter.
Yeah,
They had
yeah.
that stout defense. They had the best kicker in the league till it went wide right. And they lost. The only field goal he missed all year.
That's right.
All year.
That's right.
That was brutal.
It was Anderson, right?
Yep. Which Anderson? It was
I can never remember.
He's got the weird name out of the group. Randall Cunningham is the guy I was thinking of because he would just chuck the ball. He's like, oh, Randy Moss. Just throw it up there. Oh,
all he
Chris
had to do.
Carter.
Well, right, and I see that's what bothers me about Mahomes is that
It's a strong arm.
Mahomes he's got I mean Jeff George level.
Jeff George or Warren Moon, one of those.
Yeah,
guys,
like
where
just
it's
a rocket.
Bomb.
Right, and
But can he read a defense?
he doesn't have to.
That
Receivers are always open.
right now.
Yeah.
They are right now. Are they going to be next year? Are they going to be at the end of the season when teams are like, I'm going to crack down on this? Because I'm looking, for me personally, I'm thinking, all right, they beat the Steelers, they beat us, but our defense is far better right now than it was back then.
Yeah.
We're healthier, all that kind of stuff. I don't think the Patriots are going to play a 40-40 game again in the playoffs.
No.
I don't think, the Titans got murdered today by the Colts.
Yeah.
I would still take the Titans over the Chiefs right now.
Oh, in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
For
'Cause,
sure.
Andy Reid has like an aneurysm and all he can think about is cheeseburgers.
And he's been beaten by the Titans in the playoffs
Last year.
having an 18-point lead. The Steelers, have everything, all the tools to beat the
Everybody.
Chiefs.
Except
And the Patriots never lose at home in the playoffs.
And that's why I'm really hoping that it stays the way it is right now, where the Patriots are going to be the 3 or 4 seed.
Yeah.
I think they're on a bye this week. Are they play tonight?
The
Patriots?
Patriots play tonight? No, the Patriots are on a bye.
They're on the bye because it's
Patriots are on
Bears,
the bye.
Vikings
They play
tonight.
the Jets next week.
so they'll bounce back. And
Chris says Brad Johnson was also a quarterback on those Vikings teams. I've got to get my Brad Johnson chronology correct here. I think he was with – shit, how does this go? He was with – man, was it – I think it went Vikings, Redskins, Bucks, Vikings again. I think that's how it went.
He had one more team, I thought, after that.
I think he had one more team too, and I can't remember who it is. Gotta look up Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson.
Get Chris freaking making us look up Brad Johnson numbers.
Hey, Brad Johnson's a Super Bowl winner. So
Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
as a starting quarterback.
That's a thing that what's amazing is Trent Dilfer gets all the credit for being the guy who doesn't deserve to win a Super Bowl. Brad Johnson doesn't even get credit for being the guy who didn't deserve to win a Super Bowl but did.
All right, so wow, this is throwing me off because this doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Minnesota Vikings.
Jacksonville? Was he a Jacksonville guy? No, that was Mark Brunell.
No, yeah. Oh, Brunell.
Yeah, Mark
There's a
Brunell.
long time guy.
Yeah.
So he was on the Vikings from 92 to 98, but at some point in 95, he played for the London Monarchs. I don't know how he pulled that off.
Wow. That was a NFL Europe team.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I did not.
Redskins, we were close. We missed one team. Redskins for, 99 to 2000. Bucks 2001 to 04. Vikings again 05-06. Dallas Cowboys 07-08.
Dallas Cowboys.
You know what? He
Dallas
threw more
Cowboy.
touchdowns than he did interceptions, something Nate Peterson will never be able to
Nathan
say.
Peterman.
Peterman, whatever. He's garbage. No one will remember
He's the
him.
worst quarterback in NFL history.
He's worse than Paxton Lynch. I'm sorry, I'll say it. He is worse than Paxton Lynch. Hey, Paxton may have not thrown it more than 2 yards, but he didn't throw interceptions like that.
He was afraid to throw the ball.
He was like, I saw what Peterman did. I don't want to do that.
We got 19 seconds here in the first half.
You got 3 timeouts. I personally would want to take a couple shots here.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Don't run the ball with Melvin. Don't run the ball with Melvin.
It can go anywhere because you have 3 timeouts.
Yeah, here you go. Throwing it downfield. Oh, he's going deep.
Deep.
Pick.
And almost intercepted. Darian Stewart.
Those neck issues from that stiff arm earlier, I think that's causing him some discomfort. Oakland, to me, is the worst team right now. I think Arizona will win the game today. And I think Oakland's getting the number 1 pick, and I don't know what they're going to take.
Jason Clark says the Jets are surely contenders for the bottom of the pile. Yeah, the Jets are bad, but
they've
Jets
won a couple games. They beat the Broncos.
They're competitive. I think the Jets are good enough to cause problems for teams, but the Cardinals aren't. The Cardinals are not.
The Cardinals and Raiders are playing right now for the loser gets the number 1 pick.
That's one of the
there
things.
There goes Melvin.
Oh, Melvin Gordon.
Use a timeout. Use a timeout.
You got 5 seconds here. They got it to the 40-yard line.
Quick little dump to get a couple yards.
Yeah, they'll have to get it out of bounds because the clock won't stop in time for them to get another playoff if they go in the middle of the field.
It depends. I mean,
they may just take a shot here. Illegal Alien says you're crazy. The Chiefs are going to win the AFC.
The AFC, their division? I don't even know if they'll win their division.
They have to win playoff games, man.
I don't know if they're going to win their division because this Chargers team played them pretty well the first game.
Sure.
They're 1 game back.
Yeah.
The Chargers also still have to play the Steelers. They still have to play the Chiefs. I think they play the Broncos again.
Who plays the Broncos again?
Chargers.
Chargers do, yeah.
I think they have another game.
They do. Last game of the season, I believe.
I like that. Oh.
And he goes down. That's the end of the half.
I don't know how. Oh.
Bradley Chubb.
I don't know how that wasn't, just with how the league is, I don't know how that wasn't a flag. Just with the last guy diving on the top pile.
Oh, yeah. Well, end of the first half, and the Chargers lead 13-7. So this is kind of going how I thought it would go. I thought the Chargers would win 20-17.
I think they're going to put an onslaught in the second half.
Just pour it on them.
Pour it on, and it's going to be probably because the Broncos are going to make some mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's yeah. I would say that that's pretty likely. Let's see here. Looking at other NFL scores from around the league. Yep, you're right. At halftime, the Raiders and Cardinals are tied 14-all. The Saints lead the Eagles 17-7 with about 6.5 minutes to go in that game.
But they are driving down the field.
Cowboys defeated the Falcons today 22-19. Panthers lose to the Lions 20-19. I thought the Panthers would win that game.
Well, they went for 2.
Yeah. Probably the most surprising score of the day, honestly, is the 38-10 whooping the Colts put on the Titans. That surprised you?
It surprised me, especially how fast it started. It was 24-3 at the half.
Yeah.
I mean, they just poured it on. I don't think the Titans scored in the last series of the game.
Blaine Gabbert came into this game. Marcus Mariota was 10 of 13 with 1 pick. And then Gabbert was 11 for 16, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. Derrick Henry, 46 yards in this game. Yeah, he didn't do much. And then for the Colts, Andrew Luck. Yeah, this is impressive. 23 of 29, 297 yards and 3 touchdowns. That is a yeoman's work. 2 rushing touchdowns on the day as well for the Colts. Also scores from around the league. Bucks lose to the Giants narrowly, 38-35. I know Jameis Winston came into that game.
Came in the game because And Mariota did get hurt. He had an elbow injury, and that's why he came out of the game.
Gotcha.
And I don't know, it doesn't say at what point he came out. I don't know if that affected the score of the game. Because Blaine Gabbert is a much different quarterback than
Sure.
Mariota is.
Redskins lose to the Texans 23-21. Colt McCoy comes into that game for Alex Smith, who broke his leg. 33rd anniversary of Joe Theismann getting sacked by Lawrence Taylor.
And they said it was a
snapping his leg.
Theismann-style break.
Yeah.
That it completely snapped in half. And you can see it. I mean, his foot is over here.
Yeah.
His foot's like over here, and you got the leg kind of connecting here.
That sucks. I know Alex Smith personally. He's one of the nice. I could not have happened to a nicer guy.
Oh my gosh.
Ben Roethlisberger decided.
Ben Roethlisberger.
I don't want to throw the ball into the end zone. I will run it into the end zone.
Oh my! That's how they won the game. If he didn't get that, they lose.
They won.
And that is why I have loved this season of Pittsburgh. I've just kind of, except for Le'Veon Bell, I've loved how they've played the last couple of years, where you got guys who are, we can lose this game, but we're going to go for that win.
Steelers win 2016 over the Jags. Ravens get the win 24-21 over the Bengals. And Lamar Jackson came into that game, played well.
Well, I believe he started.
Yeah.
Because Flacco's out, and why would you play Robert Griffin?
Tonight, Vikings-Bears. Do you have any thoughts on that game?
I think the biggest thing I'm going to look for is, are the Bears able to put up the offense they've been putting up, especially against a Vikings defense that's really not that good anymore.
Right. My wife's watching. Hello?
I think the Vikings are going to win that game.
Okay, Vikings over the Bears.
I do. I think they have enough offensive power to win, but it'll be interesting.
This is a game in which I think Matt Nagy and Mitch Trubisky can kind of have a coming out party of sorts.
Yep.
You know, Trubisky has gotten a lot of pub because he's in Chicago, but that team's been fairly inconsistent this year. I think that the big thing for them is going to be, can they figure out exactly how to make that offense work 100% of the time? And if they can, I think Chicago is dangerous enough to like pursue a wild card, get in there, cause some damage in the playoffs.
Beat someone that probably they shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're not going to play the Saints or the Rams.
Gosh, if they did and won, though.
I mean, they're not going to beat either of those teams, I don't think, because they won't play them in the first round. They may play them in the second round and lose. But if you're looking at the other division winners, it's going to be either Minnesota or
Chicago.
Or I'm trying to think of who.
Green Bay.
No.
The other. Well, right now it's the Redskins.
Winner. The Redskins, that's right. So
but
it would be the NFC
today,
East winner.
So technically the Cowboys.
Redskins or Cowboys?
Redskins, Cowboys. If
the Eagles make a run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is entirely possible. They're winning right now.
The Eagles are losing.
The
17-7.
17-7.
They're playing the Saints.
That's right.
The Saints are.
They're playing the Saints and losing.
Who's going to beat them?
Like everybody.
Now? Yeah.
Do you like the Saints? I would say the Saints, to me, right now are the best team in the NFL. At least they're playing like it. They've got a little bit of defense.
Yeah, they are, but I don't know. Part of me just has that feeling that they're going to – I definitely don't believe the Rams are the team to beat. I don't think the Rams are going to win the NFC.
Well, if you go on the AFC side, you either have to go with the old guard of the Patriots and the Steelers, or you have to pick the Chiefs.
Yeah, there's no fourth team. The Texans aren't good enough yet.
Yeah.
And then, your wild card teams right now, I think, did the Bengals win?
Be the Chargers.
Chargers right now, I don't think they're that good.
Either the Titans or
Colts or Bengals.
Yeah, Titans, Colts, or Bengals. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird look to the NFL right now. It's very hard to read.
Because the NFC is so different than it has been, and then the AFC looks exactly how it has always.
Right.
You got your top three teams, and the Chiefs, the Chiefs, Steelers, Patriots. The Texans probably are going to win the division again for the fourth time.
Yep.
2-game lead there, and I just don't think anyone in that division is very good. And then, the Chargers will make it, and that's different. We haven't seen that in a couple of years.
Yep.
That'll be good little change. But then, if it's the Bengals, Ravens, or Titans, it's kind of the same old teams.
Right.
And then on the NFC, you got a lot more fun right now. We got the Bears, Rams, Saints as your top 3. The Redskins. And then, they keep losing, so I don't know how much longer, but the Panthers are still up in there, and they're kind of a fun playoff team just because their offense is so dynamic, except for right now.
Yeah.
I mean, my biggest issue with them is Cam Newton doesn't seem to like Christian McCaffrey, and that guy is the playmaker of that team.
Yeah, I don't really know what to make of that. I haven't really seen the on-the-field dynamic enough to think one way or the other about it, but definitely Christian McCaffrey is productive. So,
last week against the Steelers, he had all 3 of their touchdowns. No one else did anything.
I also think to some extent, the level of which you've got to spread the ball around now in the NFL
changes things.
And given that McCaffrey's not a pure runner, that he's more versatile, he does a lot in the passing game. That's really going to change things.
Well, all right. It'll be interesting to see how tonight's game and tomorrow's game go.
Let's see. Thoughts on college football games yesterday?
Wait, was there what now?
Chris is asking, what are your thoughts on the college football games yesterday?
I think Alabama, everyone needs to be worried because Alabama got a wake-up call yesterday, and I think now I'm afraid they're just going to run through everyone. No one is going to beat them.
Alabama?
They played Citadel yesterday. They were tied at half. I'm sure they got their asses chewed.
Yep.
Clemson and Duke were a close game. Maryland and Ohio State, that game pissed me off.
Right.
Even Michigan, Indiana was close. All these teams look so beatable right now that it's kind of a toss-up, but I think the biggest fear is Alabama played Citadel and they almost lost. I want to know what they do against Auburn this week. Might be one of the worst Iron Bowls of all time.
You think in terms of
a
how
blowout
badly? Yeah.
I think Alabama is coming out and they're like, Tua, you're playing the whole game. We don't care if we're up 50. You're playing the whole game. We're going for 80.
That might be the case. Although that game is very unpredictable. It's been unpredictable my whole life.
My entire life, I think I've only seen one blowout.
Yeah.
And that was back in the 90s. Alabama Auburn wasn't anything.
Yeah.
Alabama ran all up and down them. But you're right. Even when they're both, Auburn was undefeated or Alabama was undefeated and the other's like middle of the road, it's a close game. I think Alabama's pissed. I think no one likes getting their ass chewed.
No.
Especially by Saban. And they're just going to come out and it's going to be up and down the field. The defense is going to hit. Probably be some cheap penalties.
I hate Ohio State. I hate
do
Urban
too.
Meyer. And
Urban's a bitch for leaving Florida.
Seeing Maryland come so close and then just you got to hit that throw. I don't know what else to say. You've got to hit that throw.
I just couldn't believe they lost that game.
Chris is saying Kansas put up 40 on Oklahoma last night. Oklahoma has no defense. We know that.
Kansas is also getting Les Myers potentially as a coach.
They got him.
Les
Miles will be their coach.
Miles.
Les Miles,
he's not
former LSU. Right. So
he's
everybody
not a good coach.
Everybody at Kansas is really excited about this. And I keep telling them, he's
we're like,
stealing.
What are you talking about?
Why would you want Les Miles? And everybody's so excited because they don't understand. They don't pay attention to SEC football. They have no idea what's been going on at LSU in the last decade.
12 bullshit world.
They're right. Yeah, they're just over there. It's like, well, he's won a national championship. That means he's good.
Hire him as your defensive coordinator. I'll give
you
that.
Sure.
But holy shit, hiring him as your head coach.
It's such a bad idea.
He couldn't recruit in LSU. He's never had a quarterback on that team.
Right.
Matt Flynn is the best quarterback to come out of there. He had one good game in the NFL, and that was the last game against the Lions.
So bad. I thought when I first heard Les Miles was a possibility at Kansas, I thought, oh, wow, they're going to do the Charlie Weiss thing again.
Charlie Weiss, and then, who was the other big name guy who's great? Your guy, Arkansas's old coach.
Petrino?
Oh, he's great at Arkansas. Let's get him over here. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, that did not work out the second time at Louisville. They fired him. You know what's
Louisville
funny?
has horrible coaching.
My favorite thing about Bobby Petrino getting fired at Louisville was the fact that the news, the ticker of his firing came across the screen during his coach's show. So they had like pre-recorded his coach's show, you know? And so while it was airing,
at the bottom, it was like
Petrino has been fired.
See, I would have loved the live version of that where it shows, I'm sorry, what now? I got what?
Sorry, sir, we have to stop
Takes
this
off
broadcast.
his headset like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right in the middle of the coach's show. That'd be so good. No, Kansas football sucks, but I will say this. Les Miles.
That's a nice way to put it.
Les Miles chose Kansas over Colorado, who was also trying to get Les Miles. You dodged a bullet there, CU fans.
Yeah.
But the fact that he chose Kansas over CU is probably more of an indictment on CU that they aren't willing to commit the dollars it takes to be successful in football or basketball or any sport.
I call it the curse of Dan Hawkins. Yeah, ever since they kind of ran Dan Hawkins basically out of college football, or at least D1, they have never, I mean, yeah, they had that one good season, and that was kind of like fun to work in Boulder during that. I was like, they've never been a good team. They've never had good players. They've never been able to, and when I say good players, I don't mean, oh, yeah, you had a draft pick here and there, or, you know, 3 of your guys got drafted, or, you know, 2 of your guys are studs on a football team. I'm talking about good football team. When I think of when Florida won those 2 national championships, I can name 10 guys that played in the pros more than 5 years.
Yeah.
And were good football players in the pros.
Right.
I mean, shit, we're seeing one of them in the game right now. What's up, Key?
Deshaun Hamilton
We're
is questionable
doing a watch
to return.
party for the game.
How you doing, man? Good. Yeah, nice to see you. TJ. Cool.
Yeah, we just watched the game. We talked to the football.
All right, Phillip Rivers coming out here for the second half, starting the third quarter here. Play action right out of the gate, going downfield, wide open. And Mike Williams pulls it down for a first, and he looks like he is hurt. Got hit in the back, lower back. Hopefully he's all right. But, yeah, just fit it right in there, sacrificed his body, and Darian Stewart put a big hit on him. Stewart put a licking on him, and so he is walking off the field now, not looking very good. That was a tough hit. Tough hit there on Mike Williams.
Where did the tees go?
Where'd the what?
Where'd the tees go?
What tease?
The tees.
Oh.
Where'd the teaser?
She's back there. Somewhere.
She's somewhere around.
Talking to some patrons, some fine patrons here.
Getting people excited for the Nuggets.
I
Can't
guess.
get them excited for the Broncos.
I guess. Guys, go
Wow.
ahead and comment here on our Facebook chat or YouTube or Twitch or Periscope. We will get to those comments all throughout the broadcast. So go ahead and send those our way.
This is the drive that I think Rivers just going to start picking them apart.
Well, so far so good. Mike Williams getting hurt doesn't help the Chargers offense, obviously, but
Melvin Gordon
getting
running
8 yards on second down. That'll help.
I think that Big Ben was able to throw 3 interceptions, and they still won that game.
Well, that's the thing good teams can make those kinds of mistakes and still win.
Not in the playoffs.
Not in the playoffs, but in the regular season, if you make those kinds of mistakes and you're a good football team, you can still win.
You figure it out.
It's pretty much opponent specific in the playoffs, but once again, that's why all these Chiefs fans who are acting like they're
God's gift to the earth.
Yeah, I just you have not had to adjust to anything yet.
You and the Bengals need to figure out how to win a playoff game before you ever start talking about that. Oh, he is.
Big gain there on first down.
Was that the backup? Yep.
Eckler.
He's a good little change of pace back.
Very much so.
Even though they don't really need it with having a guy like Melvin Gordon. But when you can run a reverse like that.
Eckler on the double reverse.
Look at Phillip Rivers getting in on a little block.
Rivers blocking Darian Stewart downfield.
Kind of like this, but he went after the guy with neck problems and figured he had a chance. Oh, my gosh. Total yards, 300 to 130.
That's bad. 130 yards and a half. Not good. The Chargers have 300 yards already?
300 yards. And I get it, like a lot has come on this drive now.
Third quarter just started.
Well, Phillip Rivers, remember he was laughing after that pick, and now
dumps it down.
Oh, there goes Gordon.
Melvin Gordon. And he gets it out of bounds. First down, though.
And they're in the red zone, and they are looking like
making
they're
it look
put
easy
this
right
away.
now, man. They're making it look really easy right now.
I'm going to check how bad my fantasy is looking because, man, whoever I was playing this morning, he's at 134 points. I'm at 69.
69.
And he still has Patrick Mahomes left. So that's at least 10 points.
We'll see. We'll see what happens to them on Monday
Oh, it'd be
night.
great if he got nothing.
Rivers is going to scramble and then just slide down. There is a flag on the play, though.
Did he hit him?
I don't know what that flag was for. Holding on the defense.
On the defense.
Chris Harris Jr. gets called for a hold.
Vance Joseph with the same look he always has. What?
Harris has not been having the best game. Yeah,
I
Allen
don't know.
fell down there. I feel like that's really more on Keenan Allen there than on Chris Harris.
And Saints are up 24-7. So they're just pouring it on. I think the Eagles are done.
So it comes down to the Cowboys or the Redskins.
Colt McCoy Redskins.
Right. Cowboys fans have got to feel so good right now.
Like, Eagles suck. Redskins are going to be sucking.
Oh, Josie Jewell on the coverage there.
They stopped Antonio Gates. Oh, my gosh.
How did they do that?
Oh, so the
amazing.
Ravens did win against the Bengals today, so that I don't know who the sixth team is in the AFC. I guess it would be either the Titans or Colts.
Matt Skeen joining the broadcast. What's up, Matt?
I also don't know how that's
Right in the
not
button.
pass interference. I think I was under the impression you have to turn to the ball.
You used to.
I think it's
You
stupid.
used to have to turn.
It's
You don't
really
have to turn
dumb.
anymore.
It's really dumb. I don't like that.
Mike Williams back in the game.
And there's
Oh, nice dump
Gordon.
off there to Melvin
Ooh.
Gordon. He breaks
I
a
don't know why he didn't
tackle.
just keep running.
I don't know either, but they stop him a couple of yards shy of the end zone. There is a flag on the play. Holding offense.
He didn't say what number. I think it's 72.
Jewell is trying to catch his breath there. So he got the wind knocked out of him.
Let's see.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm not sure where the holding was there.
What?
That looked like a hold to you?
No, and they're saying he tackled him. It looks like he fell and he
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
tripped on him.
It did not seem like a
Let's see if we were Broncos fans. We'd be like, oh, that's a hold.
right. Broncos got lucky on the call there.
Yeah. Luckily, neither of us are Bronco fans.
Right. Not even close.
Far from it. I don't hate him anymore. I think that's that progress. I've cheered for him a couple times, you know. But, man, the fans are just hard to be around.
The Broncos fans?
Yeah.
I have found Broncos fans pretty easy to be around. But then
Really?
again, I spent 5 years in Kansas City, so.
That's different. You were dealing with hell before you got here.
Right.
Ooh, Keenan Allen.
Allen.
Are
Oh,
they
their
throwing
flag
a flag
comes
for
in.
a helmet hit?
I'm not sure what that flag is for, but a flag does come in. They're checking Keenan Allen to see how lucid he is. Justin Simmons wondering what he did wrong.
I'm with Simmons on this. I don't know what he did wrong.
Let's
he
see
went
what
to
the
go
call
hit
is.
low, and Keenan Allen fell low, and it's just a bang play. I'm sorry, don't. This is where again I'm with you, Bronco fans. This should not be.
They should pick the flag up. They should pick the flag up.
Oh my gosh!
Personal foul. Defenseless player. Unnecessary roughness. Defenseless player. They're going to get an automatic first down. That is just a killer for the Broncos.
I mean, he is going low.
They got a good stop there.
That's on Allen for ducking into that.
I don't know how. I don't know how you can prevent that.
Because he's Justice Simmons. If Keenan Allen just catches it, he's getting hit in the gut. I mean, as anyone, I don't want to get hit in the gut. But because he went low, it's on me to like magically fly over. I think I don't know who the announcer was last week, but the same call was like, oh, he's just magically supposed to float over him and not hit him. I'm so sick of those kinds of calls because he's trying to do what you said. He's hitting you low, and unfortunately Keenan Allen saw that and he's like, well, I'm going to go low. And that's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Antonio Gates.
Fat Gates.
For 6. And that will give them their 20 for the game. It is now 19-7. 19-7, pending the extra point. It will be 20-7. And this is not how I think the Broncos thought this game would go.
That's how I thought the game would go.
4 receptions, 55 yards, and a touchdown for Antonio Gates. Ageless. He looks so slow out there, though. I feel like
he's kind of like chugging and kind of.
He's not ageless, but the Broncos are making him look ageless, and he misses the extra point. No good, and it remains 19-7. A little bit of an opening there for the Broncos. A little bit.
I don't know what just happened.
He missed it. He
shanked it.
He missed it badly. That's what happened.
Gosh, I hate that call. I hate that call because that changes how a game is played.
I mean, I'm with you.
It's even harder for me than to go watch college football and see them just lighting each other up.
Yeah.
And there's no calls.
Yes.
And I'm like, but then we're paying these guys millions of dollars to be pansies?
Right. Well,
I get it. You're investing in these players. These players are, the best way of putting it, property.
Yes.
They're all owned by these guys. It's just kind of how it is. It's a business. It's, they're paying them, but I can't enjoy it anymore like I used to.
Yeah.
Where I could just sit down and I would just watch football all day. And now I'm like, I got to turn the game off because I want to watch, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, the things like safety always funnel up,
Yeah.
So it probably started, when these players were kids, they have an expectation that they're going to be protected, and then therefore the protection that followed them from Pee-wee to junior high to high school to college to the NFL now. This is the way the game is supposed to be according to them, but to people who have watched professional football for any amount, like more than 10 years?
More than 10 years. Because I feel like in the last 10 years, the game has changed.
Oh, Mike. I was having this conversation the other day. We were talking about these young quarterbacks, not just Mahomes, but Jared Goff and these other guys who are putting up these just ridiculous numbers. And my thought was they wouldn't play like this. They wouldn't have the confidence to play like this.
Yes.
If they played in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, if you go back and you watch how hard LeVar Arrington hit Troy Aikman to end his career, you're like, okay, well.
Oh, that's what Troy Aikman kind of like.
That's why Troy Aikman repeats himself.
Football is good. And I remember my mom would, because she would watch football every once in a while, and she could not stand Troy Aikman. And I'm young, I'm a kid, I'm asking her, I'm like, why didn't you like Troy Aikman? She's like, because he's an idiot. Have you heard the way he talks? I'm a Diagma, and I used to throw a football. It was real good.
You go, I mean, Elway?
Getting helicoptered into the end zone. You don't see that anymore.
No.
We would
Elway
not
got
have
hit
that great moment.
Elway got hit so hard. Some of the just viciousness, the violence that we grew up with.
The
in
Ravens
league.
defense back in the early 2000s.
Oh, my God.
I remember there was a play. They played the Broncos. This might have been like 05, 06. And they threw a little swing out to the running back. I've never seen someone hit the ground so hard.
Yes.
Ed Reed killed a man on the field. I know
Right.
Ray Lewis was the guy who usually did that in real life, football field or non, but Ed Reed decapitated the running back, picks
That's
up
right.
the football and ran it in
Yeah.
for a touchdown.
Do you remember that time Bernard Pollard killed Trent Green? And then Trent Green had to, he had to rise from the dead.
Rise
It was
from
like
the dead.
He was killed. He was dead.
And then,
they had to bring him back.
couple 4 or 5 years ago, Willis McGahee's on the Ravens, I think, and I don't remember who the Steelers safety was at the time. It might have been Ryan Clark. It might have been the guy they got after, and he hit helmet to helmet, and McGahee he didn't move. I was like, he might be paralyzed, guys. He might be paralyzed.
Last free candy says, and then there's rugby being played with virtually no pads. Makes you think.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's just so different.
We can play rugby and kill each other, but I think the only reason people say, "Oh, that doesn't count," is because there's no money in it.
Yeah. Well, part of football is the violence. That's what makes it different than other sports. Is its violence.
Violent with some skill.
Yeah, there's skill, there's strategy, but there's also violence. And the violent aspect of it has to be acknowledged as important because it is important.
To me, it's important because for me, growing up, when I first started playing tackle football, I was a pansy. I hated getting hit. I hated that whole idea. And then when I got into high school, I made a name for myself being the guy that would be the backup quarterback in scout offense getting his ass kicked. Because the harder I got hit, the more I felt closer with my teammates.
Sure.
And I hate seeing, I loved watching Big Ben right there run that touchdown in.
Yeah.
I loved Big Ben last week when he got his head decapitated, gets up and fist bumps Eric Reed it's football, dude.
It's football, man.
I hated Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. I love their minds, but I hated how shitty they were when it came to getting hit.
Well,
it helps.
I always gave Manning and Brady credit because it wasn't that they were being protected so much as they were protecting themselves, right?
Yeah.
So they were trying to be smart about, I have to survive. This is how I survive. But if the NFL is basically saying that the rules will help you survive now, you don't have to survive on your own.
And yet they still would do that. They were like, I got to fall to the ground. I'm like, come on, throw the football and take the hit like a quarterback. That's why, personally, my all-time favorite, even though he was pick central, I will always love Brett Favre.
Yes.
More than any other quarterback of all time. Because the man just went out there. He's like, I'm going to throw the football. I'm going to get hit. I'm going to run around. I'm going to run to the left and turn my whole body and throw all the way to the opposite field and get hit.
We were talking about that Saints-Vikings NFC Championship game earlier.
And they were trying to kill him.
They were trying to kill Brett Favre. And Brett Favre, they still almost won that game.
And I get it. He threw the pick at the end of the game.
He threw the pick at the end of the game, but it was close.
Who knows where his head was at? He had gotten hit so many times.
Right.
And I get that. We want to protect guys from doing that. And I agree. I coached high school football for 6 years. I wanted to protect my kids. But I also respected when my quarterback would sit in the pocket, step into that throw, launch the ball deep, throw a touchdown, get his head knocked off.
Yeah.
I respected the kid. Was I terrified? Please get up. Please get up.
Right.
But I respected the kid because he was willing to take that hit to make a play in a football game. That he understood, hey, this is a violent game. I have to be confident in myself. Right. I have to have that courage to step into that when this big-ass kid is hitting me in the face.
I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast with Neil deGrasse Tyson the other day, and he was talking about his phone and how Joe Rogan noticed that he was always flipping his phone in his hand, just with one hand doing this all the time. He's like, why do you do that? Aren't you afraid of dropping your phone? You don't even have a case on your phone. And he said, I don't have a case on my phone because this is my case. I'm always twirling it around. And Neil deGrasse Tyson said, the thing that breeds competence is risk. That's why those soldiers who, do the Marines who do the thing with the gun where they're twirling around and all that stuff. He's like, what they're proving to you is that they are so competent with the gun, and that it's like an extension of their body. They're never going to drop that gun. No, that's what they're proving to you. That's how competent they are with that gun, and it makes a lot of sense. Risk is what creates competence, and if you never risk anything, the second that you come up against said risk, you're going to fold.
And that is where I, unfortunately, you know who I'm going to say is going to be like that? Give it a year, give it to the end of the season. Patrick Mahomes.
I think that's where my head's at. He hasn't had to really do anything for himself.
No, he has.
That's going to hurt him in the long run.
He has an offense that is fun and all over the place. Yeah, Case Keenum had that too. Look at him now. He's on a shit team.
Chris says, "Where's Jena?" Good question. Where is Jena?
Where is Jena? Well, I was going to get up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
so
you go.
you go
find Jena. I will continue to narrate the game here. Chris also says, Favre also threw the game-ending INT in the NFC Championship game versus the Giants in 2007. That's true. That's right. That was in the snow. I remember that game. That was a good game. Both of those games. Favre has thrown a lot of game-ending interceptions. Of course, he played forever. There's a reason why he leads the league all-time in interceptions. Or did Manning break that record? That's only the kind of record you can hold if you are really, really, really good. I never hold the INT record against Favre. All right, it's 2nd and 6 here. Chargers lead 19-7. They missed that extra point. The Broncos did nothing on offense. They have done nothing on offense. And now here we are once again with the Chargers, with the ball, third quarter, and offset I formation, play action. Phillip Rivers throws it into the flat. Melvin Gordon gets the first down. Josie Jewell with the tackle keeps him in bounds. But at this point, I mean, I don't really know what you can say other than the fact that the Broncos have gotten to the point now where they've resigned themselves to the fact that they can't do anything. They're not good enough defensively to make up for their fault on offense. And, Keenum's not going to do enough to get you back into games or win you games. Phillip Lindsay can't do it if you don't give him the ball. They're not using Royce Freeman at all in this game. It's very shocking to me to see Bill Musgrave call games the way that he's called them. And still, like no adjustments. No actualization or realization of what's going on with the game. What do we got here?
All right, she's at the bar. I gave her the little head nod to come back. Talking to, I don't know.
Some guy.
She's teasing the guy at the bar.
Some guy at the bar.
Some guy.
All right, Jena. Jenna talking to some guy at the bar.
Some guy at the bar.
Some guy
teasing the guy.
Who is that? Who are you talking to over there?
That's Brendan Vogt from DenverStiffs.com.
I don't know
Denver
what that is.
What?
Denver Stiffs is the biggest Nuggets community on the internet.
Denver Stiffs?
And they called it Denver Stiffs.
Because it's an old school reference to
Being a stiff?
Being real stiffy?
one of the older, I don't remember the coach.
Tanner Lee joining?
No, it's not Tanner Lee.
I think I figured that.
Stifler?
No,
American Pie?
Stifler's mom?
It was one of the old Denver Nuggets coaches, and he called the Denver Nuggets Stiffs, and so that's where the reference comes from. But they have like 50,000 followers.
Are they calling Keenan on that, or are they calling Harris?
Chris Harris.
They called Chris Harris on that penalty. He got stiff-armed
Question.
by Keenan Allen.
Has Phillip Rivers complained?
Nope, we're still at 2.
He's happy.
He's been
very happy.
Damn it.
Guess who's gonna drink? Not this guy. I'm clean.
If he complains one more time, you're drinking.
You need to explain to me how you are so into it and why other people are so
The stiff
into
guy?
the Nuggets.
What?
How?
We're talking about Stiffy or the Nuggets?
I mean, I watch NBA basketball. I watch NBA basketball every night it's on.
Here's the thing. I don't think that the Nuggets are anything
I hate the NBA.
incredible. I'm not sold on the Nuggets. I'm not sold on Jokic. I'm not on the hype train for the Nuggets.
Uh-huh.
I just think that they have the potential to be great.
Okay.
I hate the NBA right now.
I
I think
think
it's
that-
a bunch of soft pansies. Ever since they made defensive 3 seconds a rule, I've hated basketball.
Whatever. Be more strategic.
I think that was a beautiful part of the game is that, yes, you had to be strategic. Yes, you had to be able to call plays. But you also had to be a little physical.
Did you not see the game last night? Nuggets Pelicans? It was a hella physical game.
For what
Hella
basketball
physical.
is
That
now.
they-
sure.
No.
That
I
they-
think it was physical despite what basketball
Phillip
is
Rivers
now.
is 8 for 8 for 176 yards on
This
third
is
down.
half. This
Phillip
quarter.
Rivers.
Just on third down. That's
Hey,
100.
who was the one that said this was going to be a blowout?
Oh, Von Miller! Von Miller picked it off. Ran it back to the 15-yard line. Phillip Rivers.
8 of
threw
what?
the ball away.
He didn't complain. He didn't complain. I'm sorry. He's what? 8 of what? Now?
He is now 8 of 9.
Oh my god!
Or if you want to count it, 9 of 9.
He did complete the ball.
He did complete it. Ball has not touched the ground on third down. When
What
Phillip Rivers
was this
just
play?
lose at 2?
Phillips up and
He threw that
Tight
to
end.
nobody, and Von Miller just takes
Von
the
Miller's
play.
like, I've never.
Oh!
Oh, he's like, I've never held a
Von-
football in my hand
Von
before.
Miller. Von Miller almost coughed the ball up. How catastrophic would that have been? Von Miller, he
The
knows.
Raiders are winning against the
I
Cardinals.
hope somebody asked him what happened at the end of that play. He's like, it looked like you almost lost the ball. What was happening?
So we're gonna get a Philip Lindsay run right here. I think yes, because the Broncos are predictable.
Phillip Lindsay toss. And
Oh,
almost
almost
breaks a
first
tackle.
down.
He gets about 8 yards.
Oh,
And there's some jaw in there going on.
See, the Broncos
They
are
look intense.
why I hate offense coordinators right now because they are so predictable. That on first down you run the ball every time, and that's why people realize how to beat them.
See, Free Candy says, my favorite inside runs is when power and elusiveness is combined, even if I spam tosses and pitches on Madden. He also says the glue factory is finally protecting Andy Luck. I mean, they are. This is the best offensive line he's ever had.
There's
Oh,
Freeman.
Royce Freeman up the middle. And this went from the Chargers being in the red zone, in control of the game, to now the Broncos flipping momentum. Royce Freeman with a great run up the middle there. Can I get a water? Water, yeah. Thank you.
You doing another one?
Yes, and water.
I'm good right now.
19-7. First and goal, Royce
And
Freeman,
Royce Freeman
right up the
walks
middle.
it in.
Touchdown, Broncos. And we have ourselves a ball game. Wasn't a ball game there for a little bit. We kind of lost.
But isn't that how the Broncos are?
That is
They're
how the
just
Broncos
in the
are.
game. They never win the game, but they're in the game.
I have 230 people versus 90 people on my Instagram who have voted. 230 people think the Broncos will win this game.
They're wrong.
There's 230 idiots.
And 90 people on my Instagram have said San
Did you-
Diego will win this game.
Did you make it clear to them it's not who you want to win?
It's who you think
will
will win.
actually win.
I think people just vote based on their own.
Do these people
Feelings.
also watch football, or are they just like,
They
I want to
probably
hit
watch
left?
Broncos football.
If they watch Broncos football, they should know they're not going to win.
Okay, but here's the thing. If you watch Broncos football and you really do,
Thank you.
all you pay attention to is like box score. This
Thank
is a show I'm about to start. for NBA is don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a player by its box score. That's what my show's called. Don't judge a player by its box score because honestly, like, you could judge a player based on box score and you would, like, based on their statistics, you would think that they're, like, awful or wonderful. And it's the same thing. It's like, don't judge the Broncos based on their end-of-game score because if you're judging them based on that, they're not really that good. Somehow they have pulled shit out.
That's how I feel about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a great ball handler. He's a great scorer. The man cannot play defense. He's just on a good defensive team.
Why do you like Kyrie Irving?
She says he's an elite defender.
What?
Kyrie Irving is
Elite.
on the
What?
one of the best defensive teams in the NBA.
Yes,
Brad's
teams.
and
Best
he-
defensive team.
Can coach defense.
He has he has guys that know how to fill the void
I'll take another one of these.
Kyrie's going to let him, go right through.
Oh my God, TJ's having another cider. It's gonna be like
Rockies game.
playoffs game all
not-
over.
it's not good.
It's gonna be like Rockies.
I'm surprised you didn't even try to get the other cider.
I like
You
this
can't
one.
mix ciders. That will
Can't
fuck 'em
mix
up.
it.
Can't mix the ciders.
They have pumpkin beers. I'm surprised you didn't want to get one of those.
I don't want one of those.
He's not a white
I don't-
girl.
I don't want one of
I
those.
am. I
100%
will get
white
these.
girl.
I will get this pumpkin beer. You know what? I'll even get the shittiest pumpkin beer we have on, and it's Blue Moon.
So good.
Give me that
Pumpkin
Blue
beer.
Moon.
Do you remember when TJ literally got drunk on site?
Oh, I do. I enjoyed that quite. It was not his fault.
You guys are so supportive.
It was not his fault that we had to watch baseball for 5.5 hours.
Whose fault is that? Why is it a negative? That was
That was
God
amazing.
Bless America.
That was honestly the best
Best day
podcast
ever.
I've been on.
TJ's all drunk on site.
Alan on Twitter
He
says,
just ignores it.
Case Keenum is a serviceable backup at best. Broncos fans have to ask, will next year be another lost year with Keenum or a rookie QB, or can Elway find a solution for the
Elway's
position in
not
free
going to find a
agency?
solution.
Sorry, Elway is like
Let's
the
be
Michael
honest.
Jordan of football.
Yeah, that's true.
He was a great player, but he is a terrible.
Let's be honest.
GM. Muy terrible.
He's a terrible
Thank
GM.
you. Thank you very much.
All right, we're getting the pumpkin beer in here. My white girl's coming out. I'm gonna get white girl wasted.
OMG.
Be super drunk.
So good.
What kind of white girl was that? Yeah.
So God.
It's the white girl with the
Yas.
name of Alex.
They say yas.
Or it could be a guy
from the
or a girl.
Yas. They say yas.
Say yas, queen.
There was a skit on SNL last night
That was so good.
that said it was a GP Yas.
I did watch.
Did you see that? GP Yas.
I was dying because Steve Carell was so good on that last night.
He was good. He's good. His hair's so gray.
It is. I just love how they're like, Steve, maybe we should do like an office model like that way you don't have to do all those sad movies.
Yes. Maybe you should do an Office reboot. So you don't have to-
He's right. All his movies are depressing.
They're so sad. He dies or kills someone or is around death in every single
in
one
all
of
his movies now. Ever since
Jeez.
Little Miss Sunshine.
That's right. That's right. Where in Little Miss Sunshine, didn't he try to kill himself? in
He
Little
tried
Miss
to
Sunshine?
kill himself, and then the dad died. His dad dies.
That's right. Of a heroin overdose. And his son wants to kill himself.
Yep, because he finds out he's colorblind and can't join the Air Force.
That's right.
And then now he's got, Beautiful Boy, which I really want to go see because I hear the acting is
It's
phenomenal.
about substance abuse and suicidal
I was
thoughts
also
and-
super right, though, about A Star is Born is by far one of the best movies I've witnessed.
It's great.
Bradley,
Oh, I'm supposed to see that
Brad-
with my grandma over
Mike
Thanksgiving.
Bradley
Williams
Cooper
just
is-
dropped that one.
did he?
And so now Pac-Man Jones.
Go for it. Go for it. But Star is Born, Bradley Cooper wrote, produced, starred, directed.
How's
and
Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga is phenomenal, but Bradley Cooper shows you why he is one of the best, if not the best actor out right now. Just the way that, one, he was able to mimic other people's voices, that he's able to change his body presence, voice, look, everything, depending on how drunk he was. And he's just very phenomenal in it. I actually just saw Mark Wahlberg's new film, Instant Family, last night.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you are thinking about adopting kids, go see that film. It was actually a lot better than I thought it would be.
Is it anti-adoption?
It is 100% for adoption, but giving you an understanding of it's not a walk in the park. But that, there's a lot of kids that need adoption, and it's a tearjerker. You're sitting there going, oh my gosh. But Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne, they do a great job in that film. They're just very believable. And I am, almost more than sports for me. I know film.
Yeah.
I go to 2 movies a week probably.
You still go to like theater movies?
I still go to theater movies.
Wow.
I have the AMC's A-list where I get 3 free movies a week.
I can't remember the last time I went to a movie theater.
I'm sorry.
It's more than like 3 years.
All right, so Jenna's out of this podcast. I'm so sorry for you.
It's just that like you can see it on the internet. Why do you gotta go to the movie theater to see it?
I don't know, something about getting to see a movie in Dolby is amazing.
Wait. This person is talking to me. As a Swedish person, I get my view on Colorado being about the Nuggets or Broncos from South Park. And I know that Who's Carmen's Dad episode from 1997 I still think holds up.
Because they thought it might be the entire Broncos team.
Nice. Because they said,
it does hold up.
Lash free candy.
Yeah, free candy.
Am I
He's
pronouncing
Swedish.
it right?
And is that I don't know what face that is that he just sent
Michael
us.
Myers?
Mike Myers? Is that what?
It's
No,
Cartman.
I don't know what face that. No, it's not Cartman.
Cartman's voice started before South Park, right? That it's in a different movie before they came out with South Park.
What movie?
South Park was the first thing they did, but it was in basketball.
Basketball.
It was in basketball. Yeah.
Hey, mama fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris just said TJ went Chris Berman with his Pac-Man sound effects. I did. Waka, 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 waka. That's exactly what I thought of, Chris.
Oh, anytime I see a
cut,
juke.
man, he's just like, I know that was only a 4-yard game right
But
there.
it's a 4-yard game.
It was, he evaded a tackler in the backfield
I just think
with the cut. I mean, that's like 90 degrees.
if you're
With
honestly
no loss in momentum.
a Broncos fan, like you got to be like, this is a totally rebuilding year. That's the only thing that gives you hope for next year because this is a crappy team.
Larkin Inc. says, wake up, please store food and water 6 months worth. Buy all the ammo you can get your hands on.
That's dark.
Chris
California burning. Oh, gosh.
Immigrants coming in. Operation Hot Musket is going on. All right. I didn't
Have
know
a
about
good
Operation
day.
Hot Musket.
You too.
Thank you.
How would Denver be doing had Swag Kelly been the quarterback?
Worse.
They'd be all high.
He's so bad.
They'd be like high off their
He's worse than
asses.
Paxton Lynch. I'm sorry.
He's not worse than Paxton.
He can't read a
at
defense either.
quarterback.
Can a football team get beaten with a vacuum hose? Because that's what it would look like.
It would look like.
I'm just guessing.
They wouldn't even have to hit him. They would just kind of put a hand out. He's like, ah.
So specific.
No Twitch Universal joke sarcasm emote. The more you know. All right. Well, thanks, Last. I appreciate that. We got to get in on Twitch. What do you guys do on Twitch?
I think we need to get you to play some video games on Twitch. I think that would be awesome.
Fortnite. I'll do some Fortnite.
Hell, why Fortnite of all games?
I don't know. That's the game. That's what the kids
Play
are playing.
Black Ops or something.
The kids.
Real. The kids.
Yeah, that's
all
what the kids
are playing.
That's
You
what
know
the kids
those
are playing.
kids that are demons?
That's
They're
what
all
they
playing
get.
the Fortnites.
The kids will be playing in the
Was that
Fortnite.
was that a Bill Cosby?
I don't know why I made you Jewish, but I did.
I mean, It's like acidic Jew.
It's like Zach Rosenberg and Bill Cosby.
Zach Rosenberg does not
Bill
sound like
Cosby and Zach.
that. Zach does not sound like that.
He's
Put
Jewish.
it plop and you give it to the girl and she likes it after a couple of little cocktails.
Wow. All
Not
right.
okay.
We're not going to read Steve's comment.
Oh.
Where's Steve?
Daniel, Denver's only in this game because of that Rivers pick. No bueno. That's true. That's very true. That's very true. They're only in this game because Phillip Rivers threw a stupid interception. That's right. But that's what happens in games.
Yeah. It can go the opposite, too. I threw 3 stupid interceptions, and we still beat the Jaguars.
Chris says,
you
be Harry Carey playing Fortnite.
My what?
playing
Hey,
for the
guys.
Broncos?
What?
Hey,
Are you playing for the Broncos?
guys.
Am I
If you
playing for
throw
Chuck Taylor
three
joining us.
interceptions.
Tanner Lee,
playing
Chuck
for the
Taylor,
Broncos.
Mark Maurice.
Big Ben threw 3 picks today.
He did all, and 2 of them were in the end zone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Someone is watching from Brazil.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't
Clint
Steve.
Eastwood. Yeah, hey guys, give us a shout out.
Clint
We'll read it
Eastwood.
on the air. Where are you watching
Where are
from?
you watching from?
Where are
And
you
if
guys watching from?
Wait, in Brazil, I speak a little Portuguese
She speaks everything.
and a little German.
NFL Blitz on PS2.
Oh my
play that.
gosh, NFL Blitz. Where you could just kill people before
That's
the
right.
pass.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. There's a cheat code to where you can give you guys have no heads. Your players have
heads,
no
yeah.
heads. You can have. They'll show you when your bones break. They'll show you where it breaks and how
Yeah.
it breaks. They'll like zoom into your leg.
What was his name? Blake Bristol is in the NFL Blitz 2000 version.
Yeah, Daniel saying San Diego, California. What's up, Daniel?
Hey!
Oh my gosh, I knew that
I'm
was
from
coming.
San Diego, Daniel.
I hope
Hey!
We all knew- Oh, Cortland Sutton.
down the field, 15, down to the 15-yard line on 2nd and 10.
He
Cortland
caught a
Sutton.
pass. I also knew she would get excited the moment I read the San Diego comment.
Hey, I'm a Cortland Sutton fan. He has the cutest
Santiago.
puppy and all of
Whale's vagina. Oh, is that not what it means?
I believe.
It's
Agree
like
to
this.
disagree.
W.
She's texted me.
Who?
I don't know.
Steve Hernandez says she's texted me.
Did I text you?
I hope not.
Chris is saying Austin, home of the 11th ranked Texas Longhorns.
Steve
Well, when you're the Texas
Hernandez.
Longhorns, anything below number 1 should be a disappointment to you.
Steve,
Read-
I've texted you?
Daniel Chavez saying got to rep the 619. I have
Yes!
Elliot,
619.
Newcastle. You got some Newcastle people.
I have a hoodie in my car that has 619 on it.
It doesn't
Why
count.
do I want to go booyaka booyaka 619?
Bolt Blazer saying 559.
If you get that, I'm really impressed.
Elliot saying Newcastle, UK. Man, watching from the UK in Newcastle, the Magpies. Newcastle
Booyaka,
United.
booyaka. There's
Ooh,
Royce Freeman
Royce
again.
Freeman
Ooh.
picking up tough yards.
Third
Here's
and
the
about
thing.
3.
If the game is right now, 1914, Denver
Rob's watching
Broncos
from
fans
Fresno.
are going to think that this is a decent end to the game, that the Broncos did a decent job. And it's like, no.
Yeah, Last is saying that.
Is that
that's
what
you're gonna say?
Pre-modern
It's like,
game.
No.
No.
Yeah, I thought the NFL Blitz was like right in the golden era of video games for the NFL. Right in the golden age.
No.
You could have a flaming skull helmet. You could have guys. It was the tackling. That was the thing about Blitz. Just
Orsino can get higher. It's getting worse and worse. TJ, have you watched Texas since Colt McCoy?
I don't.
Terrible.
I don't even know what that is. What do you guys? What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Have you watched Texas since Colt McCoy? Terrible.
My
This is the best season
teacher.
since 2009. I have, and they've been terrible. I mean, NBA Jam was an awesome game. NBA Jam was
Keep
great.
the focus.
NBA Hang Time was also great.
NBA Jam was amazing when you could catch on fire.
Oh, Philip Lindsay!
Touchdown.
Broncos take the
Touchdown.
lead. Broncos are in the lead. What are you doing? You guys are drunk.
I wish.
You guys are drunk. Both of you. I have to be the adult here.
We haven't been drinking ciders all day.
I have to be.
Yeah,
I have
we're
to be
not
the adult
TJ
here.
Carpenter.
I have to be the adult.
Well, it's about time.
Only because you've been drinking ciders all day.
Rob says Colt McCoy wasn't too bad for Washington today. That's true.
It'll be bad next week.
My cheeks hurt.
There is
Too.
12:17 to go in the fourth. Steve, I need to change the quarter here. Are you okay? You guys are hammered.
Wow.
We didn't get drunk on ciders.
I don't know, Chris.
They
I don't
smoke
know,
weed
Chris. I think they did. I think they did smoke weed off camera.
What was in the food here?
I haven't been off camera, so. Keenum did Keenum go for 2? Keenum went for 2 and did not make it. 20-19 Broncos. See, that was a good call going for 2 there.
In that
Try
case,
to go up 3.
Fourth quarter, get up by 3.
My cheeks hurt.
My cheeks
Daniel
hurt really
Chavez,
bad.
14 points off Rivers. Yeah. What?
Nothing.
Are you okay? You
No,
okay?
my jaw hurts
My
right
jaw
now.
Are you all right?
My cheeks hurt.
How much time is
What?
left?
Chargers
12
trap
minutes.
game. Chargers don't play Pittsburgh next week.
No, he's saying trap game for Denver.
Chargers trap game with Pitt next week? I mean, the Steelers have Denver next week, which could be a trap game because I think the week after we have the Chargers.
Latla says, since there's a car soccer Rocket League game, maybe it's time for Mahomes League. Get it? Because rocket for an arm. I don't get it.
I don't, and I don't like you now.
The Saints are destroying the Eagles.
The Fartherland will rise again.
I don't know what Steve is saying.
Can it be the furtherland, like further away from us?
Father? Is he trying to say the fatherland?
Is the fatherland will rise again?
My bad, a couple of weeks. Daniel's saying they've got the Chargers in a couple of weeks.
I think
Or
next
the
week
Steelers.
Steelers trap game is next week with the Broncos because in 2 weeks we have the Chargers. That's not a trap game. That's a big deciding game. Because the Chargers need to continue to win to keep pace with the Chiefs because the Chiefs play bullshit.
Jenna's just saying, yo.
Yo!
She's
Hey,
got it on her phone.
My friend Don Rico has
Don Rico.
Don Rico.
Don Rico.
Don Rico.
Rico. Rico.
Is that right?
Rico. Rico. Don Rico.
Why do I
is
sound
watching.
like Mario when I do that?
Yeah, 'cause
Here we
you're-
go.
Yeah, you sound Italian.
Maybe that's what it should be.
It's not. It
Daniel
should.
says, I want whatever Steve is smoking. I don't think you do.
I don't either.
Who's Steve?
Don't want to. Nazi Grammy.
I don't know. I
Wish I hadn't said that
We'll
out
just
loud.
38-7 Saints over Eagles. Wow.
Really wish I hadn't said that out loud now.
Oof. Big hit there. So the way that I think this is going to go is Chargers here. Chargers are going to march down and score.
The Chargers are probably going to. Wait, are they reviewing this?
No, they're just looking at
okay.
why he wasn't in.
Xavier, when you say who do you think is the best player, what sport, what, like.
I'm guessing that they're talking NFL MVP. I'm going to say Drew Brees.
And I'm sticking to Todd Gurley because, one, I think we finally need a running back to win.
Oh, big gain there.
Is that Eckler?
Eckler for the about 15-yard gain there.
I just think if Todd Gurley gets anywhere near LT's record, that you have to give him MVP.
What is it, 24?
No, 31.
31.
So the record for rushing touchdowns is 28, but the record for touchdowns is 31.
Gotcha.
And
Total touchdowns.
Total touchdowns. Because Priest Holmes holds the record for rushing.
Is it Priest Holmes?
He had 28.
Right, but I thought that got beaten by Sean Alexander.
So I thought it was the opposite. Sean Alexander had it at 27.
And then Priest Holmes
Priest
beat it.
beat it at 28.
I got you.
There's Melvin Gordon. Oh, he had room.
Just got tripped up there. And Melvin Gordon gets about 7 on first down.
Chargers need a new kicker, that's for sure.
Well, they missed a field goal and they missed an extra point here. And in a game in which I thought they should have gone for 2 earlier in the game. I do think it's Drew Brees, though. Drew Brees is playing at a level I have never seen a quarterback just be able to put the ball wherever it's supposed to be every single time.
He's not tall.
Drew Brees every year is the same.
He's not tall.
He's the same?
Yeah, he always puts the ball where it needs to be.
No, this year's different.
Man,
and maybe it's because he has more weapons. It might be that. It might be, hey, he's got Kamara, he's got Ingram, he's got all these stud receivers.
I feel like he has fewer weapons.
Did y'all want to try any of these desserts?
Maybe.
Are they donuts?
Oh my gosh.
Maybe. Bourbon balls? What are bourbon balls?
It's like brownie batter, chopped walnuts, and bourbon.
I don't like nuts.
Yeah, you do. Philip Rivers. Oh, Eckler.
She's just
Don't like balls.
Almost the 20.
Attached to something long.
Oh, Eckler. Oh.
And I don't think it's Eckler who's.
That was Eckler. Who just got that big play.
Jenna's gone quiet.
I do not like walnuts.
Rob says bring back Novak.
I'm allergic.
Are you allergic to walnuts?
I'm allergic to walnuts.
Almonds?
Yes.
Tree nuts.
Peanuts?
Not peanuts.
No.
No, I can eat peanuts.
You can eat
peanuts.
Yeah.
Penis nuts. You can eat penis nuts.
Illegal Alien says she's mad now. She is.
Me? I'm not mad.
You are mad.
She got real salty with that comment.
You did. You're so mad.
No, I'm not.
You got so mad. 8:56 to go.
For someone with your skin color, you're really blushing right now.
10 for the Chargers.
First of all,
gosh, the Saints.
I'm Irish and Mexican.
38-7.
Killing them.
They're
Second of all-
destroying them.
Did you guys want to get a dessert?
No, nothing with walnuts in it.
So, let's see here. I don't know. I guess the brownie sundae. Yeah.
Brownie Sunday. Brownie Sunday.
Brownie sundae.
Brownie Sunday.
Brownie sundae.
Brownie Sunday.
Brownie sundae.
Brownie Sunday.
Jenna, did you
No,
smoke
it's
with
LaDainian
Stiffy?
Tomlinson with the rushing touchdown
Were
record.
you smoking over there
What
with
is
Stiffy?
so it's not Priest Holmes.
Stiffy.
Stiffy?
It's
Brennan
LaDainian
From
Tomlinson.
the Denver Stiffs. No.
Tomlinson was after Sean
Tomlinson
Alexander?
is the
Tomlinson was
shit.
after. I don't think he has the rushing touchdown record. He has the overall touchdown record.
Tomlinson. LT.
Oh, Melvin Gordon going down for a loss. That'll be 3rd and long. About
If
3rd
the
and 17,
Chargers
3rd and
lose
18.
this game,
Hello, Kyle. Kyle Busch fan 18.
he's a fan of the Bushes.
Names, numbers, documents says I'll beat all 3 of y'all in Madden.
You will be.
LaDainian Tomlinson had 28 touchdowns. Oh, so it is LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, 28.
He had 28. Priest Holmes and Sean Alexander both had 27.
If the Chargers lose this game, I will take 2
almost the first down. I'd go for it here if I were them. They're so close here.
There's
It's
no reason
4th
for the
and
Chargers
1.
to lose today's game.
It's
No, there's
4th
not.
and
And I
1.
need the Chargers to win because I want ticket prices to go down.
Let's see how bold the Chargers are here. Looks like they're going to
Vance
kick the field goal.
Joseph, like, I don't
No,
understand how
he's going back
Vance-
out. All right, great. This is good. I love this. I love bold
Ballsy.
decision making.
Unlike Vance Joseph every game.
What's that again? What's that?
Stiffy?
What kind of call is this?
Ballsy call?
Ballsy.
That is not ballsy.
That is not.
That
is
is something totally
that is
different.
not what that is. You don't understand
It was a ballsy
gestures
call.
at all.
This
I
is
do
not ballsy. This is.
It's
They're
ballsy.
gonna- Oh,
and
they're
now
gonna
you're
call
doing
a
it at our
timeout.
faces? You're going to do that at our faces? That's something else.
Bolt Blazers
Both
saying
ballsy.
Charger. Told ya.
Yeah, bolt up.
Go Broncos.
Let's go.
Kyle Busch fans saying go Broncos.
Boo.
Will you bear my fruit? That's what Steve says.
Are you talking to
Wow.
TJ or
Steve is-
Patrick?
Go Harvick. Rob is
I don't
now
think they can
trolling
bear
the
your
Kyle
fruit.
Busch fan.
I don't want to bury your fruit if I
Just
could.
by physical.
Calvin Russell saying Broncos.
By physical.
No.
Rob says Joey Logano.
They're
is-
kicking the field goal. They didn't actually go for it.
It's
Here we
so-
go, Chargers.
This
Here
is
we go.
such a bad
Bolt
call.
up. Here we go,
It is.
Chargers.
You should go for
Here
fourth
we
down.
go. Bolt up. Here we go, Chargers. Here we go.
I mean,
Bolt up.
the Broncos' offense isn't that good, but it's good enough to get field goal range.
I don't know about that.
And right through the middle, 22-20,
What a
Chargers
weird
lead.
score.
Right through in the middle.
Jenna's had a lot of mimosas.
She's had
He
too much to
said-
drink.
Right through the middle.
You've had way too much.
Hey, can I go back to the
gotta
conversation
cut,
piece?
I gotta cut you off.
I gotta cut you off. They're
Why
bottomless.
are you
They're
in
for
charge?
free.
Wait, I just need to.
What do you?
People need to follow me on Instagram
Living
That's
da
why-
vida loca.
because they need to go cheer Bolt up.
All right.
up.
Well, you just posted it to everything.
Yeah,
So.
there you go. Everybody check it out. It's my Instagram handle. Instagram is where I do most of my work. But somehow Broncos
She
fans.
teases people on Instagram.
That's her. That's where she.
I can't believe you would say that, Patrick. I thought we were friends.
That's where she posts most of
I-
her thirst traps.
I don't even know what that means. What's a thirst trap?
Oh, yeah.
Your cheekbones aren't hurting anymore.
You know what a thirst trap is.
What's a thirst trap?
If you don't know what it is, you can look it up on your phone.
Kevin saying Bronx. Ross
Bronx
says,
as in
sell the
go
Chargers,
Yankees,
Spanos.
Bronx.
Well, Spanos is dead, so
Oh, that got depressing real quick.
I mean he
So
is.
was Paul Allen, and that one actually depressed me.
When Paul Allen died.
Yeah. Paul Allen was a good dude. He just wanted Seattle to be a flourishing city.
Yeah, and it is. I think Seattle's grown more than any other city in the last 10 years.
Thirst Trap just got
Dwayne
laughed
Rose,
at.
our thirst trapper. Kyle Busch
What does
fan
that
says,
mean?
LOL. You know what that means.
Don't act.
I don't know what that means.
Get off Instagram liking people's pictures of their engagement rings.
I don't like
Calvin
anybody's
saying, let's go
engagement.
Bronx.
They're gonna,
Hey,
Bronx as in
They
the
got the-
Bronx as in
I think the Broncos could win this game
Brooklyn?
here.
the Yankees.
From the way that this is all played out, they have plenty of time here. Run the ball, a healthy dose of Royce Freeman, and then Phillip Lindsay in the flat in the passing game, and then a couple of passes over the middle to Cortland Sutton. I think you win this game.
Pick six. Here we go.
Case Keenum will
Big
throw a
ol'
pick
F you.
six. It will
Broncos.
be a massive failure. He will lose.
Hashtag thirst trappers. That'll be the tagline of the. Got a return.
Here goes Devontae Booker.
You know what? Getting 2 yards extra. That's good.
It is 6:42 to go.
What are you eating?
I think we're about to have a chocolate sundae.
I've
I
had
am new.
food
What
in
do you
hours.
watch? You guys are really the best. We
Thanks
are
for the great
fantastic.
entertainment, y'all. You're welcome, names, numbers, documents, support. Bolt says, crazy how both of my team's owners passed away this year's Blazers and Chargers. Yeah, that sucks. It does. It does suck.
So I do I do a Bill Cosby impression, and now we're talking about freeing him.
Because the Spanos that died was not the.
Oh!
That's not a fumble.
Knocked
That's
out.
incomplete.
No,
That's incomplete.
that's
That's
definitely
incomplete.
incomplete. Oh, they're gonna say it was a what?
No.
Bravo,
No
bravo,
chance.
bravo.
They're really.
I think even the Chargers
No
kind of like, we're staying on
way.
the field.
Okay, there's a flag on the play. There's no way they're gonna rule that as a fumble.
I got to hold on.
What are you clapping in my face for?
Fumble.
No.
Jonathan Valencia says, stop
Yeah.
these ponies.
Oh, that's in
There's
his hand.
no. That's not a catch.
That's in it. That's a
That
catch.
It's two catch.
It's
It's
a
two steps is a
catch.
catch.
That's a
He still had the
catch.
ball out here.
It's a
So-
catch.
It's-
It's a
he
catch.
still had the
One.
ball.
Catch,
He
catch,
hasn't really
catch,
like
catch,
brought
catch.
it in.
They say that two
I-
steps
that's,
is an action of a catch.
oh, there's
That's
no
a fumble.
way.
You can't
Fumble.
overturn it.
Fumble.
You can't overturn.
You can
that's-
challenge that,
Fumble,
They can.
Fumble,
They can.
Fumble,
Well, you don't have to because
Under
Okay, it's under review.
all
Fumble,
turnovers are
fumble,
under review.
fumble.
I'm gonna move this
They
mimosa
just
away
said-
from her.
They just showed Vance Joseph being like, come on, man. What are you doing to me here? Come on.
The only reason I don't know if
There's
they
no
can turn
way.
it over is it's
The
two
steps.
is
He
a
had
fumble.
2 steps.
Oh. But he didn't have the ball. He hadn't like brought it in.
Look at
How
this.
much have you had to drink?
What is he reading?
I don't know who that's from, so I can't read that on the air.
No, you don't have to read it on the air. It's just true. I
What
just
are
need
we
you to
reading?
Read
What are we
it
reading?
and sing it into your brain.
I know.
Funny.
I'm
Did
so
you see the
conf-
word funny in there?
Yeah, Kyle Busch fan saying that's not a fumble. I agree with Kyle Busch fan.
I want to agree
Fumble.
with you. Drunk Jenna is doing her best
Fumble.
Jason Garrett impression.
Clapping.
Jenna can read that herself in case butchering words is a fear.
That's the only way you can impersonate Jason, Garrett. Just pretend to chew gum, clap.
This is by far the most fun I've seen Jenna have on
She's
a podcast.
hammered drunk.
I
She
am
is just
not.
How many
Shit-faced.
mimosas have you had? We can check the. We can check.
3.
Nah, I don't believe that.
That's true.
I think you've-
Mimosas don't get me drunk.
I
If
think
you
you've had
don't
3
know me,
refills.
I'm Irish and Mexican. If you're gonna get me drunk, it's
So-
either gonna be whiskey or
or
tequila.
tequila.
Champagne is just a casualty.
Except when they pour
hashtag
these,
thirst
it's like
trapper.
all the. But you don't know what thirst trapper is, so how can you
I
hate
don't know
us?
what it means, but I know it's in reference to me. I don't like it.
I mean, when people say Redbeard, I know that's a reference to me. It's not mean to get offended.
I'm a thirst trap.
Man, we got a lot of commenters coming in through here.
Yeah,
Um,
they're all excited about the thirst trapping.
Me need Chargers to win. That's what
Yes!
Gasly says.
Wait, was that me need?
Kyle Busch fan says he had it in his hand. Fact or fiction, Drew Brees will be this year's MVP. Fact. I think that's a fact.
I think that's I'm in the middle.
Oh, Gasly made a $150 bet on the Chargers to win.
Don't let her drive? Question mark.
Did Jenna Uber? Don't let her drive.
Hashtag thirst trapper.
I don't
marry me.
Uber because Uber supports Trump.
Dwight says, Chris supports Trump. That's you're anti-Chris.
I'm not anti-Chris, but I'm anti-Uber.
Oh, Uber supports Trump.
Oh, I think you said Chris supports Trump. I was like, wow, we're hating people.
No.
Let's see. Dwight says, "Thirst trapper, marry me."
Yeah.
Okay.
You just got a proposal.
And Kyle
I
put thirst
I-
trapper.
I accept your proposal.
Oh wow! Don't quit your day jobs.
How
this
big?
is
How
my
big
day
is the ring?
job.
this
Actually,
is my day job.
How big is the ring?
So what are they saying
What?
here?
Are you
okay,
asking
all right,
how
okay,
big the
right.
ring
They
is,
called
or are
it
you asking how big?
correct.
I've
Correctly.
been proposed to before. I had a
Incomplete pass.
$25,000 ring.
Keenum
But are you
down the
actually asking about
middle
the ring, or are you asking about something
to
else?
Emmanuel Sanders.
I'm asking about the ring.
It's going to be first down.
Not about the penis. If that's what you're assuming.
I wasn't, but you brought it up, not me.
What are you guys talking about?
She's
over there?
talking about it's
No.
not about the ring; it's about the penis.
No, I said it was about the ring. Not
So
the penis.
raunchy. This is a kids show.
Oh. So
All right, Chris, thank you very much, sir. Chris is saying don't talk about politics.
I don't want to.
Hashtag 100%. Here's here. Ooh,
There's I have come to the conclusion that there is
Weak run.
seriously, like I love people who are passionate about their thoughts and views and all that. I have come to the belief that it is impossible to live civilly with civility in our society if you talk politics. Like, you just can't do
you
it.
can talk religion more than you can talk politics.
Absolutely, you absolutely can't. That is true.
And
you
never
can talk
experienced
religion
that
more
in
than
my
you can
life.
talk politics.
It used to be growing up, I could never talk religion and people freak out. Now it's like, oh yeah, we'll talk religion. Oh, politics?
No, that's right. No politics.
Oh, you voted independent? I don't know about that.
There's all sort of ists and isms.
Oh, Phillip falling down. That's a good 7-yard carry, though. 3rd down.
Go Chargers, go Jena. Guillermo is on your side.
Hey, go Chargers!
Nicholas says, what do you think of the Steelers and Jags game?
I'm happy. And that's all that matters.
I'm glad. We never should have given Jacksonville an NFL franchise. That's my thought on any Jacksonville game.
I mean, in the late,
they've been trying to
94
move
to-
Jacksonville to London since they put a team in Jacksonville.
Oh, Keenum just
Way
threw
up!
it.
What is
Reed.
that?
Interception.
Was that?
That might have been worse than Derek Carr's
Interception.
throw.
That was, oh my God!
It's got to be.
Oh, wait. Let's do the Denver thing.
Oh, did they say?
That ball is going.
Are they going to say offsides?
This way.
Was that a free play? Was that
if
an
it was a free
AA
play,
run?
it makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Holding
Holding.
defense.
F&A.
But how did he know there was holding? There's no way he knew that.
Yeah, there's no way that.
Okay, maybe he did because he threw it to Emmanuel Sanders.
Right.
So
it was quite a bit. There was quite a bit of holding there.
Oh,
He
and
basically-
maybe that's why he
Quite
threw
a
it because you're hoping
bit. That's
pass
weak-ass
interference.
holding.
That was a.
That was-
Have
was
you
a-
seen Garrett Holds?
I hope so, because otherwise.
Garrett Bowles, yeah.
Garrett Holds.
Garrett Holds. Jenna is drunk.
Yeah, she is. She
Thank
is
you,
Kyle
shit-faced. Yeah, Kyle Busch fan knows.
I am not.
You are hammered.
It's okay.
I
We
haven't
love you
had
for who
any
you are.
tequila, first of all.
Drink up. Drink up.
I haven't had any
Bottoms
tequila,
up.
First of
We'll
all.
have you
do
I'm
it.
drunk.
We'll
I
have
have
you
to have
do a
tequila.
shot later.
Second of all. Tequila. No.
Jenna can't even read her text messages from people.
Chris says Jacksonville has
Yes,
been
I
better
can.
than Dallas since they came into the NFL.
McManus. McSuckis.
Wow.
He's not even doing anything. He's just standing there.
He's gonna suck.
He's
What
just
did he
over
do
there
to you?
just
He
minding his own
sucks.
fucking business.
He's like the hottest player on the Broncos
Fuck you,
team,
Broncos.
but he sucks.
Andrew says, "How about them Lakers?"
Play action.
How about that?
Oh,
like-
oh,
Oh,
Oh!
you suck, Keenum.
He's
What was that?
going to
Oh, they're-
get
they're
away with
asking
it
for a
again.
No, they're
grounding.
not going to get it
That's
because
Nwosu is
intentional
asking
grounding.
for the grounding.
the rule is it's not if you're actually throwing it to him. You
But
just have to have a
where?
player.
To
That's
where?
a fullback. That's
There's
technically
nobody there.
that's a
Janovich,
fullback.
Jano was there. Jano.
And that's technically a receiver.
He's technically a receiver. Keenum got away.
Bullshit.
Twice today
Bullshit.
Garbage.
That's brilliant, though.
Bullshit.
But instead of taking that sack, you have that fullback. You just throw it at the feet of. It's not a penalty.
Bolt saying he was outside the pocket. I don't know. Jano was there. It wasn't.
Oh
Ooh,
my god.
that looks very
This is
good.
the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh, he dropped it on
Oh my
third
God,
and
you guys,
7.
look at this.
Hireman
It's so
dropped
amazing.
it.
Drops it.
Look at that. Oscar.
Look at it.
Oskar Blues coming through with a nice looking dessert.
So good. I'm so happy
Thank you,
about
sir.
life right now.
Jeff Hireman. I look, it's 4th and 7 here. It looks like they're going to try to kick a field goal. No,
They're
they're punting. Ugh. I hate Vance Joseph so much right now.
Jenna is the happiest person
This
on
is
the
just makes me
I hate
angry.
Vance Joseph.
Why are they punching the ball? Why are they punching the ball? And it goes in the end zone. Of course it does. It goes into the end zone. That was a fucking shitty call by a. That's a terrible call. That's why he's losing his job. That's why he's gonna get fired.
I hope
Because
so.
of shit like that.
I hope so.
You have to go for it. in that position on the field, you're across the 50-yard line. You're in that no man's land in between field goal range and punting. And you have to go for it there. You have to go for it there. All right.
It is now 45
I'm gonna stop.
to 7.
I'm gonna stop yelling. I don't get that. I don't.
45 to
Let's
7.
stop yelling.
Saints.
I don't really get
That was
emotional.
yelling?
I don't really get emotional around these things. But this is it. Vance
It's
Joseph.
frustrating watching it, right?
It really is. Like we're a year and a half into this shit, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. It's ridiculous.
What is this thing that we're eating called? What'd
Just
you
a
order?
Sunday.
Brownies Sunday.
So good.
That's why I ordered it.
You didn't order it. Patrick ordered
I
it.
did not. He picked it.
She doesn't like giving me credit for anything.
Sorry, I'm giving TJ credit here.
What I've noticed here is that the longer people know me, the less they like giving me credit for things.
Oh, whatever.
It's true.
I've given you credit for so much shit.
Yeah, just the shit part, not the good stuff.
Let's see. Patrico says, fuck Vance. Chris says,
Hello.
fuck shit. God damn it. Bolt says, laugh my ass off. Clint says, go Chargers. Are you guys enjoying me getting upset about the shitty decision making for the Broncos? You should. You enjoy yourselves, please. You deserve it. You deserve to enjoy yourselves over the anguish of Broncos fans who have to endure this, because Broncos fans have never had to endure this before. Never. Like,
Not the ones right now, no. Not since the 80s.
they've been good for 40 years, and now they suck.
And it's awesome.
Everybody enjoys it. You are more than welcome to enjoy this Schadenfreude all the way. Broncos are trash right now. They're just such trash.
It's got to happen at some point, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to.
What
Ask
team-
people in Cleveland if it has to happen eventually.
What team has been good for the last 20 years?
Pittsburgh
Hasn't been good?
hasn't been good.
Has been good.
You know how many losing seasons Pittsburgh's had since 1970? 8. That's 8 seasons under 8-8.
Right, and the Broncos have had 4 since 1983.
And they've had 2 back-to-back now.
Right, which is the first time they've had back-to-back losing seasons since 1972, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
And Jenna's got brain freeze.
are some franchises in the NFL that never lose. The Steelers, the Broncos, I mean, the Patriots have had their down years, but they haven't had down years in a long time. Oh, Antonio Gates.
Oh, Antonio Gates.
He was so open. He was so open.
He's just always open.
It's amazing how that
struggling
happens.
right now.
Amazing how a Hall of Fame tight end is always open. You cannot run
Brain
anybody anymore.
freeze. Look at Phillip Rivers. God, he's such a loser.
Yeah, but
Hey.
he's going to win this
Cheers
game.
like that. I hate him.
Leave good old Philly alone. Actually, I hate how he treats his offensive line, so I'm okay with that.
Let's see. JR says Bronx couch suck, and he needs to be fired.
Who does?
Saying Broncos coach sucks and he needs to be fired, but he
does
actually
need to be
typed Broncos couch suck and he needs to be fired.
Really takes that fuck your couch literally.
Rob, Elway needs to hire an offensive mind next year. Andrew saying LA go Chargers.
Yeah.
Go LA Chargers. Hey,
Hey.
you are the first evidence of a Chargers fan existing in LA that I've seen.
What? What about me?
You're not an LA Chargers fan. You're from San Diego.
So I can't be an LA Chargers
No,
because I'm
you
from San
can't.
Diego?
Well, everybody in San Diego kind of hates the Chargers.
Yeah,
That's not true.
they're really salty about the Chargers coming over, and then everyone in San Diego hates the Chargers because they left.
Wow, this is such an old troll. Thank God we traded Eli for Rivers. LOL. That is so good. That is a 16-year troll. Right?
Wait, what just happened?
What is happening?
I think the play was supposed to go the other way.
Rivers. See, this is what the Chargers always do. They never make it easy.
No.
Ever.
Let's give Denver one more chance.
Right,
They're
Denver's
like
going to
a
get one more
fair-
shot. That's why there was enough time for them to win this game.
I want to point out, you two have to drink because I won the bet.
You only complained twice this entire game. Well, we'll see how the end of the game goes. Because if it goes over twice, then you have to drink too.
I only had to drink once. Y'all picked like 7 and 8.
Yeah. I thought he was going to complain 7 times. I was wrong.
No, I don't know if that's the best idea with Jena.
It is.
Give her some tequila and whiskey.
Chris says, remember, the Chargers chose Rivers over Breeze.
I know.
They did. That was probably a mistake. In hindsight,
Everyone knew that was a mistake.
they did not. No, at the time, people were very for them doing it. And given the fact that Phillip Rivers has been their starting quarterback for the last 12 years, I mean, it's pretty evidently like they made a good decision. It wasn't necessarily the best decision, but I mean they were in a win-win. Phillip Rivers is a great quarterback. He
He's
hasn't
a
been
good quarterback.
he
He's
hasn't
not
been Drew Brees. He hasn't been Drew Brees, but he's been really, really good. And there's an argument to be made, like, what if they had traded Phillip Rivers to New Orleans, and he got Sean Payton, and he got to be around all those
He would have
weapons
won a
and that
Super Bowl.
defense? I think he would have too.
Because he's not the type of guy where I look at him in the playoffs and I'm like, wow, what happened to you? It's the rest of his team. I thought I said go Jena. Suck. Season is over. Vance's
Bosa.
doo-doo. Derek Carr to Jacksonville? I don't know. It might be better.
Well, that would mean that they could trade Jalen Ramsey for Derek Carr. Straight up. And I think
They'd probably throw in Blake Bortles, too.
I think that the Raiders would take that. Wouldn't you take that if you were the Raiders? Jalen Ramsey for Derek Carr?
I'd want one more thing. I'd want one more little piece. I wouldn't just want Jalen Ramsey.
All right, guys. Keep reading comments. I'm going to be right back.
Derek Carr to Jacksonville. Breeze coming out. He came off a freak injury. What if Nick
This
Saban?
game is going, honestly so slow.
To a degree. I mean, I'm used to these games ending after 5:15.
No, but it feels like it's going way slower than an average game.
Oh, well, if they get a first down right here, the game's going to end real quick. And I saw that.
Been doing that 200 times. I don't like ice in my water.
Fair enough. Oh,
Oh, wow, that sucked.
I was smart. Von Miller almost got another pick.
That was an insanely good brownie sundae.
It was amazing. I absolutely love the food here.
What was I watching this morning? Oh, I was watching Friends, and they were talking about, the episode when they hire a Manny.
Oh,
And Ross is like, these cookies don't even have chunks in it. They're not even manly.
is this what you do when you're not watching sports?
Yeah, that's the only thing I watch when I'm not watching sports.
You should add How I Met Your Mother to that.
I haven't watched that. I watch Friends, Parks and Rec, and On the Office.
All three are good shows.
But
I get called Burt Macklin quite a bit.
you fit. I saw your Halloween costume.
Oh, my Guardians of the Galaxy. I did dress up as
Works.
Guardians of the Galaxy. But the beard doesn't allow me to do that anymore. Do you guys watch Avs games there? I watch Avs. I work here at Oskar Blues here in Denver. And when the Avs games are on, we throw it on the speakers, all the TVs, and really try to make it kind of an Avs environment. anything Colorado related, we want to have it on TV here. So that's here at Oskar Blues in Denver off 1624 Market.
I am not necessary. Okay, I'm from Detroit. Like, my family is from San Diego. I was born in San Diego, but before San Diego, we lived in Detroit. So I'm a Red Wings fan.
And I mean, that was a great rivalry, and I think that's probably what made like a lot of my
Way
family
back.
Avs fans was
Oh,
pass.
nice
And Emmanuel's still going
pass.
down
All the way down
Emmanuel
50-yard
Sanders
line.
with a big game.
Huge play there. Minute 14 to go. Oh, they got to run. They got to run. They got to run. They're taking
See
too
this
much time. They got to
bullshit?
run.
Do
They
you
got to
see
run.
this 22 to 20
people over
five,
there
and a
recognize
four.
me
They
as their,
waste
their server
15
yesterday.
seconds. Down to
why are you
Devontae
going to the
Booker.
middle?
Call it. Oh, they have
What
no
the
timeouts
hell
left. They have
is
no
this
timeouts
about?
left. They got to go. They got to go. Vance Joseph here
Vance
telling
Joseph
them to
in
go.
his, like, long sleeve.
But
They're
with Brandon
playing
McManus,
for the field
they
goal.
need 5 more yards, and they're in field goal range.
Broncos are playing for the field goal here. 2nd and 6. Keenum.
The throw
Complete. Tim
by
Patrick.
Tim Patrick again.
And there's a flag
A
on the play.
flag?
37
It's on
seconds.
the Broncos.
Clock
Garrett
stops.
holds. Garrett holds. Holds.
See, this is why I do enjoy watching these games,
Go
because it's just
Chargers.
Chris says Jenna needs a nap.
I need a nap.
Rob also says, do you guys watch Avs games there?
And
We
we talked
talked
about that
about
a little
that.
bit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how
The answer is no.
I said here we put all the Avs games on the loudspeakers. We put them on all the TVs.
Yeah.
Because they're so close that I want to make people want to come here to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's a fun environment.
I
And
don't need
it's,
a nap.
It's just a quick bus ride down there because we're right here next to the 16th Street Mall, so you can take the tram down there. Pepsi Center's not that far away
No.
from where we're here on Market Street.
And I get it, it's not Coors, but
Like
it
literally,
is on the Broncos.
It's far
it is
closer.
pass
Pass
interference
It's on the
on
Broncos.
Tim Patrick.
Oh, and the Raiders
I
might
told
actually win this
Patrick
game.
is irate.
you.
Patrick
Do need
is
a nap.
I need
irate.
a nap, but I knew that call was coming. Okay. Pew pew.
Oh.
Pew pew pew. No.
That is brutal. Just brutal.
That puts them out of field goal range.
Puts them out of field goal range. 37 seconds to go. They got to make some really good plays here and some really good decisions. They cannot waste any time
Let's go Chargers.
here. If they throw in the middle of the field,
bolt up.
And the
Let's go
Raiders did beat
Chargers.
Arizona.
let's see, 5 wide here.
Bolt up.
Keenum.
Steps back, throws it in
Yeah.
there.
Middle of the field.
You got to go, you got to go, you got to go.
That's too easy.
Lacoste getting the ball to the official.
25 seconds.
Too easy.
They're running a play. They're
Too
not
easy.
3rd
spiking
and
the
7.
ball.
3rd and 7.
You got to get 5 yards.
20
You just got to
seconds
get
left.
5 yards.
And
Oh, Keenum in the middle.
caught to Sutton.
Down to the 26 with
Wow.
12 seconds.
They're in field goal range.
He's got to spike
He's
it.
got to spike it.
I think they're good.
Seven.
They're good.
6, 5, 4,
And they're going
3.
Oh,
And he spiked it.
the receivers are freaking out, but I'm sitting here going, what happens if he misses?
Hey, Brandon Mismanis.
Miss Manis. The
They
Chargers
can
are like,
always
well,
miss this. But if they don't, Sutton is a hero in
Hero.
Denver.
And Keenum looks like a good quarterback.
He looks
That's
like
the
a
problem.
good quarterback. That's right.
And you know what's sad is with all the teams at 5-5, the Broncos are 1 game out of the playoff.
One game.
1 game.
Ah, God, the AFC sucks.
Yes and no. It's kind of like they're just all beating each other.
Well, at the top, like the top 3 teams are
And
all
here's
really
the
good.
kick.
And right down the middle, Broncos
Nope,
win.
nope.
They
Timeout.
are going to say a timeout was called
Yeah.
before the kick.
Great job on that. Oh, my gosh.
You're rooting against the Broncos. You're rooting against the Broncos.
Neither of us are from here, so why should we root for the Broncos?
And I
None
love,
of us are from
I want
here.
cheaper tickets next week.
I you want the tickets to be cheap. for
I
the
want to go to the
Steelers game.
Steelers game and go for cheap.
I want to see a good ending to the
Boo.
game. And
Well, if he misses a field goal, you got your good ending.
they've worked so hard for this.
It'd be great
and-
to see. 52. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're all in a knee.
Boo.
They're
This-
holding hands.
Uh-oh.
Like that's going to help.
They all need to be kicked out of the league with Colin Kaepernick. They're on a knee.
Wow. I thought we talked earlier not
Oh
making
my
this
God.
political.
Oh my God. This is a 34-yard attempt. This is a chip shot. And
He got it.
he got it.
Missed it.
He
Look,
got
he
it.
missed
Made
The
it.
Broncos.
Broncos win.
Oh,
Wow.
my God.
Broncos win
What
the game.
Vance Joseph keeps
Vance
his job.
Why? That should not keep your
Broncos
job. Case
win
Keenum
the
shouldn't keep his
game
job.
by a
That's
point.
a bullshit win.
Jenna
Wow.
is salty.
Why are you so angry?
Because that's
About the-
not a win.
It
You win by
literally
one.
is. It
That's-
literally is a win.
That is the definition of a
It's
win.
literally a
It's
win.
not a playoff
have
team.
more
They're not going to
points.
do anything in the playoffs. Like, you might as well tank. Tank already.
They
You're going to
just
get a
won.
better pick. Like, it's just not even
Case
worth
Keenum
it.
looks so happy that they won.
They're
that
fighting for their jobs. They're fighting for their lives. They're fighting. All they needed to do was win the
Okay,
day.
so Vance Joseph keeps his job, and the Broncos still don't do anything this season or next season.
Well, no, they're
Exactly, 100%.
yeah,
Or
but,
next season. They don't do anything.
but they won
What
the game.
is the the long-term goal here? Is it to win Super Bowls, or
What
is
is
it
the
to
fart?
keep your job?
No, well, they won the game.
That's
And
the
that's
long-term
what-
goal, is to keep.
Yes.
win the game?
Have you ever talked to football players before? Their long-term goal is to win the game.
They don't care. Like, this whole tanking thing doesn't work for these guys.
Yeah, they don't
And when
do that.
teams go into the idea of
Look
tanking,
at Philip
they
Rivers.
don't
Is
do
he
anything.
praying right now? Is
Hey,
he praying?
Rock says preach, home girl. So
Two.
you got some people on your side.
2
It's a
Philip
bullshit.
Rivers complaints. Patrick wins the bet. These
We
two asshats are
drink. Holy
drinking.
shit! I forgot about that.
All right. Okay.
And it can't be cider.
Okay. Whatever you want. Whatever you
Nah,
want.
I'm
whatever
not
you
drinking.
want.
It's
Right
you two
here.
have to drink.
Tequila,
Yeah, no,
because
It's
what I
tequila
want.
because that's all
Or
Jenna's
we
gonna
will
do.
continue the broadcast until we fulfill the bet. So
Damn it, Patrick.
What?
we'll talk about
your
Sunday Night
homies.
Football. Until then, this is a good win for the Broncos. They did a good job. They won the game.
Trying to get his attention.
Kyle Busch fan says yes.
got it.
Salty.
All right.
I'm not
So I want to
salty.
bet with these two, so they have to take shots of tequila. What kind of tequila do you want?
Well,
She says, well.
well, tequila.
She says
Oh.
she's Irish-Mexican, but I'm
Yeah,
calling
tequila.
bullshit.
Give us
I
some
am.
1800 silver.
oh shit, we're gonna have nice tequila.
They have Altos.
Could I get some lime and salt with that?
Here's
No,
your salt.
just the 1800. Okay, yeah. Yes.
They need
wheel.
training wheels.
He called it training wheels.
Jenna needs training wheels right now.
Mm.
Probably get out the door.
Nathan says Chargers choked. Did the Chargers
Yeah,
choke?
100%
A little
they
bit,
choked.
yeah.
Okay,
I would say
would've-
yeah.
Yeah, all right.
A little bit.
We're in agreement with that. Oakland has all the first-round picks. That's true. 7-3. The Chargers are 7-3. They're a better football team than the Broncos are. The Broncos won today, so
That shouldn't have
Like,
happened.
hey,
It's
look.
a win that shouldn't have happened.
But ultimately, the NFL's a league about matchups. I mean, think about what we've seen over the last 2 weeks. We saw the Patriots get destroyed by the Titans. A meddling team, a borderline
34 to
wild card
10.
team. We saw the Chiefs really struggle with
The Cardinals.
the Cardinals
Of all teams.
of all teams. Right. So I look at this game and I think, okay, well, I think the Chargers are a better overall NFL team. But I also think that on any given Sunday,
Anything can
matchups happen. Von Miller picks a bad pass off from
Yep.
Phillip Rivers, changed the dynamic of the game. I mean, I thought that was the play of the game for the Broncos.
Oh, it absolutely was. It changed the entire dynamic of how the team was acting on the sideline. But on top of that, anytime your top defender makes a play like that, you know he's firing people up.
I think that people underestimate, especially people who don't play sports, who have never played sports, they underestimate how important that is when somebody who you believe in on that level comes through for you.
Yeah, to where they step up.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's why you're our guy.
Right.
That's why when people make the comment, oh, Broncos need to rebuild, trade Von Miller, I'm like, sure, you trade him, you're trading Khalil Mack away.
Yeah.
But even better than Khalil Mack.
I mean, I don't see them ever trading Von Miller. I think he's probably
If they really want to rebuild, they'll trade him.
Stuck. Von is dead.
Dwight
He's
says,
Denver.
Broncos country finally still need to fucking fire Vance Joseph. Fuck that guy.
It's true.
Garrison,
You're just
let's
salty your team
go
just lost.
Broncos.
No,
Get
no.
wrecked Chargers. All right, so we have to pay off a bet here. We made a wager on how many times Phillip Rivers would complain about things on camera. And we said we put the over-under at 5. It was under. Jena and I both took the over, so we're both going to take shots now.
Yeah, not all of us can be great. It's fine. it's okay.
Phillip Rivers can't be great, apparently.
Well, he can. He only complained twice today.
Shadow says, well, Chargers seem less of a threat to anyone now. Patrico says, there's hope. Broncos win. There's hope. Do you believe that there's hope?
I still don't think the Broncos
really
can
think
make
there's
it.
hope. I don't.
The
I think
Broncos aren't going to do anything special in the playoffs.
I'm just so excited for next week. As long as the Steelers play how they should, I'm expecting just an absolute beatdown.
The only thing that I think is going to, the only thing I really need from the Steelers at this point for my own personal whatever
Joy.
is James Conner stays healthy.
Yes.
Because if Conner stays healthy, they've got their running back for the playoffs.
Yep.
And that's been the big problem with Le'Veon Bell is that
he's never healthy in the playoffs.
he's never healthy in the playoffs.
Yep.
But when he is, he's been fantastic. A couple of years ago against the Chiefs, he had like 150 yards or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, and he had like 38 carries.
Yeah, he was a workhorse for them when
And then they lost
healthy
to the
in the
Patriots.
playoffs. So if they have a healthy running back in the playoffs, Juju Smith-Schuster and Antonio Brown, there's no way. Thank you very much, sir.
You didn't even need that salt.
I did.
You
The
need,
salt shaker.
and you have salt on the rim. Well,
Cheers
cheers to you guys.
So
Cheers.
Phillip Rivers not complaining.
Thank you, Philip. I wasn't going to be able to do a shot.
That's nice tequila.
We did
Not bad, not bad.
Y'all did the altos.
Chris is asking you to talk in drunk Spanish, Jenna.
About what, Chris?
That was
First of all, I'm not drunk.
Very
Second of all,
dirty.
I don't think there's any way you could convince
how is that dirty?
the people. We heard you earlier. There's no way you could convince anyone that you're not drunk.
I'm not drunk.
There's no way you can
Chris.
convince
I
people.
am not
Vamos,
drunk.
vamos. En español, mira. No estoy borracha, no tengo nada que decir. Los Broncos son una mierda de equipo y ganan este juego por pura suerte y ya está. Punto y final.
Do you say talk dirty to me in Spanish or just talk to me in Spanish?
Donde español? Donde español?
Mi pantalones es en fuego.
Yeah, if anyone's drunk, it's these two based on their Spanish.
I said my pants are on fire. I know what I said.
Chris says, ¿qué?
Not drunk.
¿Qué? ¿Por qué?
¿Qué?
¿Qué?
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué?
Queso, burrito, enchilada, taco, nacho.
Have you seen that? What was that movie where the
Glory
basketball
Road.
players? Yes.
Nacho,
and he's like,
burrito, taco. He's like,
"Nacho,
hot
taco,
doggo.
Hot doggo. Hot doggo.
How do you say not even a little?
Ni siquiera un poco.
What?
It's a lot of
Ni
words for
siquiera
how.
un poco.
One more
Siquiera.
time.
Ni
Ni
siquiera
Siquiera.
un poco.
Un poco. Ni siquiera un poco.
No, not un broco. Un
I said
poco.
un poco. Why am I?
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
poquito es drunko.
No. Estoy bien.
Muy cervezas.
Chris says, "Yo quiero Taco Bell."
The best commercial
You're
ever.
drunk.
Bolt Blazer saying I got Bears over Vikings. What do you guys have?
I got Vikings.
I got the Bears. I'm with Bolt Blazer here.
I just got to really hope that Tariq Cohen and Adam Thielen have great games, or I'm going to lose in fantasy.
Pinche gringos. What does that mean?
Fucking white people.
I feel like gringo is
Gringo!
racist. That's what that
This
is.
is not
It's racist. So racist. Yeah, you know what? Mexican people say that all the time. That it's not racist, but it's totally racist.
No, it's not.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't really. It doesn't bother me, but. Pinche gringos means fucking white people. I'm gonna start saying that now.
Is that why people say pinche tu madre?
Pinche gringo.
Pinche tu madre is fuck your mother.
Yeah, I knew that.
Whoa.
I know. Well,
That is-
I'm just translating. I didn't say it.
Chris
She
says
is the
he's
one who
half
said it.
gringo.
Me too.
Not me.
Garrison
You
says.
said you're half Irish.
Gaming kid, yes.
You're half Irish.
Venezuelan,
Oh,
Mexican,
Broncos are the best.
Irish. What do you want from me?
Mexican Americans don't like to go don't like to wake up
Carolina?
early.
Carolina
so they
says
go to night school.
Chargers need a Mexican soccer player to kicker
Kicker.
to represent LA.
Amen, amen.
I suck at Fortnite says, let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby.
I think he's talking to you.
Oh. I thought he was talking to you.
I thought he was talking to me, and now I'm upset.
Let's go, baby.
Garrison subbed. Thank you very much, Garrison. Please watch our other videos, the videos that are good.
Oh,
Wow.
just because for about 10 minutes we were going
Yep, for 10 minutes.
at minimum.
Yep,
Ow.
yeah.
I feel like viewership went up after that.
For sure.
I think the viewership went up at the end of the game.
When they won.
Oh, I suck at Fortnite says, wow, that's not what I meant.
What did
did
you
he
say?
say?
What
did
did
you
you
say the
mean?
first time?
What did you mean?
What was his first comment?
Let's go, baby.
Oh, see, he didn't mean it to
Let's
me.
go.
He meant it for the Broncos. Go, let's go, baby.
Chris asks,
I
is
thought
there
he
a
was
show
asking me on
tomorrow?
a date.
There is a show tomorrow.
There
As
is?
far as I know, there's a show tomorrow night.
Oh, you guys should check out my Nuggets pregame show. It's awesome. Do a little pregame about what to
Okay.
expect from the Nuggets,
Okay.
English and Spanish. It's awesome.
Will it be in German?
I could do German. I could eat. Ich bin 22.
Wunderbar. That's the only word I know.
Wunderbar.
I just said I'm 22
Wunderbar.
because that's how old I was when I played in Germany.
Let's see.
Jenna likes to say she is so
Ich
much
bin
older than me.
22.
Broncos.
So much older.
No,
Broncos
TJ's
are
older than
God.
Well, I knew that.
I'm older than both of you.
We
By-
all know that.
by 10 years, we
Everyone
know.
knows that. Oh, look, McIntyre.
By 10 years? I'm not older than you by 10 years.
You're
okay.
old AF.
How old are you, Patrick?
27.
27. All right, so I am 5 years older than you.
And Jenna's 28.
Yeah.
But she thinks she's like ancient compared to me,
I do.
which is baffling.
But I look much younger than you, so.
Oh, that's hurtful. Just because I have a dad bod.
That's the beard. It's
You're
the
younger
beard.
than me, but
Wait,
you
is
look
that
older.
Cortland's son? I know that body from Instagram.
Sure, Instagram. That's thirst trap.
May slide into your
That's
DMs that we need to
Instagram.
know about?
No,
Is Cortland Sutton showing
He
his
does not
tattoos
look that
to
great
you?
on
Is
camera.
he also going, hey girl, how you doing today?
No.
No?
Chris is
Those are
36.
mostly NBA players.
You got NBA players asking how you doing?
Gabrielle asking, do we just do Broncos? Phantom does Cowboys and Broncos primarily, but we also do Mavericks and Nuggets as well. So got Denver and Dallas covered right now. We will be expanding though. So
Kansas
Bolt Blazer
City.
is saying 25, and Chris is saying Chatterbait. Chatterbait is for you, Jenna.
Wait. One time you guys explained to me what Chatterbait was.
No, we
but
didn't explain to you.
We did not.
It was like talking.
It's not
Oh,
talking.
we did explain what Chatterbait was. No, we told her about Chatterbait. We never explained what
We
it was.
never explained it.
She figured it out on her own because,
It's
you
not
know,
talking.
Here's
and-
what.
it's nothing to do with talking.
Here's what I want to ask our YouTube community. Please just give context clues for what Chatterbait is for Jena and see if she can figure it out.
I'm a good human. I don't
You
know
are
what Chatterbait is. Wait, I'm not a good human? Is that what you were
I
about
was
to
not-
say?
I was
I'm
not
a
gonna
good
s-
human. I don't even know what Chatterbait is.
If you don't know what Chatterbait is, you probably do actually know what Chatterbait is. Chatterbait
Chatterbait.
with a noodle arm. I am very curious. Jena has been told what Chatterbait is because we told her last time we had this conversation.
It's talking while you're
Kate
like
says Chatterbait.
It has nothing to do with talking.
masturbate. Chatterbait.
Okay, you got one of the words right.
Lindsay is
Talking.
MVP.
What? Lindsay's MVP, like for the Broncos, yeah.
Yeah, for the Broncos.
Carolina says motorboat. Is that a context clue?
Her? Me?
Garrison says, I don't know what the hell that means.
Thank you, Garrison.
Cade says stud.
Channel 4 has the oldest
Because they said stuff
dead-looking
first.
human
Stud.
on it.
Lindsay
Why
is a
is
stud.
this girl even on the news right now? She looks like 200 years old.
That is so mean.
It's true.
Maybe she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, do you remember chat roulette? You
I
remember,
do.
You remember how chat roulette worked?
I do. Chad Lee says, fire VJ. No excuse to not challenge the spot in the first half and the 2-point conversion. They won the game, Chad.
Do you know how chat
although-
roulette worked?
I agree with
agree
you.
with
I
you.
agree.
I agree with you.
Do you know how chat roulette worked with people? Like 90% of what chat roulette was?
A little bit.
Say what it was.
I don't know enough just what to say.
All right.
Low blow, Jenna.
Why?
That's what Chris is saying. Garrison says it's a fishing product. That's partially true. Cade, are you guys Broncos fans?
No.
No one's Broncos fans here. We're in Denver and we do Broncos games. I guess technically I would be the closest person considered to being a
We are the
Broncos
most
fan.
unbiased group of people to do a Broncos podcast of all time for Broncos games.
That's why we're in Denver. Denver's kind of an unbiased town.
Holy shit. It's 48-7.
48-7. Game's still going on. Minute
That's
57 to
3
play.
games in a row. They've scored over 45 points.
That's amazing.
holy shit.
They got Nick
Carson
Foles.
Wentz is still in the game.
Is that Wentz?
That's still Wentz. He's 11.
Yeah, that's right. Why would they leave Wentz in the game?
What? Maybe they're punishing him.
For sucking so much.
Calling out the girl who looks 200 years old, Jena low blow.
Yeah. Low blow, Jenna. Low
I
blow.
like 200 years old.
No, they're just saying don't insult other people.
Who
That's
did
all
I
they're
say
saying.
look 200 years old?
TJ.
On the screen.
Oh, well that wasn't a girl. That was a woman. She looked like older than my grandma, so I don't feel bad about that.
You're just the kindest person.
Garrison says, I'm a Broncos fan, as you can tell by my profile picture. Cade Keenum won the game for us. He was good late. Gage says, fuck you, Tom Brady.
I don't know how that's not a penalty.
Cade says, and talking loudly. Are people wondering why you're wearing mics? You mean like around the restaurant?
Yes. We've had a couple people look over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have had that a little bit. We have had that a little bit today. I want to take a look at what the camera looks like here. All right, it's getting a little darker in here now. Just a smidge
No, my
darker.
beard isn't as red as it used to be.
No, it's not. Your beard,
It's very red.
it has grown, though. It has grown
It
quite
has-
a bit.
It is it's growing out till minimum February. Minimum. I got my first beard goals the other day, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of like on a high about that.
Very good.
Never had anyone tell me my beard is their beard goals.
Very good. Rams and Patriots in the Super Bowl. Do you guys have predictions on the Super Bowl?
Steelers Saints.
Steelers Saints.
Steelers Saints.
Jenna? Who you texting?
Stiffy?
Let everybody in?
Huh?
Let everybody in on your business?
No.
No? You don't want to let people know you're texting?
No.
No? Okay.
It's okay. Last time we were on the podcast with her, we found out that Jena was single.
Yeah.
I revealed that information unknowingly.
She said that
Worldwide.
on this broadcast today.
Yeah, but he announced it
That-
right
2
days
after they broke
after
up.
we broke up.
Yeah, it was awkward.
I
did.
Me and my ex broke up.
Oh. Who is that?
The
Don't
tall
matter.
dude. That tall guy. Just another tall guy in Jenna's
6'4"
life.
Dude.
Some guy.
Some tall,
Not
long.
playing for the Rockies.
Some
Not-
tall, long, schlong dude.
Somebody who's not an athlete.
Yeah. Don't try to date me unless you're playing for an athletic team.
Can it be rec leagues? Because I know some guys.
No, honestly,
Jenna has
I
the
give
same
up
motto.
On men. I
Jenna
give
has
up on men entirely. I've dated professional athletes, semi-pro athletes,
College athletes.
college
High school athletes. Junior high athletes.
I've dated regular dudes who just are chilling and enjoy sports. None of it works for me, so I guess I give up.
Carolina says, Jenna, do another shot.
Carolina, maybe I'd find a dude if I did another shot.
Jose says KC and Steelers. And then Bolt says KC and Steelers can't both go to the Super Bowl.
Thank you. Yeah. KC and Steelers AFC Championship? Sure.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Ram?
We would have to do a watch party for that.
I'm going to say Steelers, Patriots. Or, I'm sorry, not Steelers, Patriots. Saints, Patriots. Right now, I'm a Saints, Patriots.
Oh, gosh.
Saints, Patriots. You know who no one's picking to go to the Super Bowl? The Chiefs.
Broncos.
The Chiefs. Except that guy who picked the Chiefs and Steelers to
Right,
go to the Super Bowl.
the one guy who picked the Chiefs has picked them to play against the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Right. You know why? Because Chiefs fans don't understand how the playoffs work because they've never won
Wait,
in the
what did that
playoffs.
person just say? You can get whatever you like, you Latina? That's not true. I can get whatever I like in a short-term style.
What does that mean?
It means she can get what she wants
No
from a guy in
commitment.
a short time.
No commitment.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
like,
As long as the guy doesn't have to
long-term,
commit to her,
No.
she can
Yeah.
get what she wants.
No.
That's never going to end.
I am going to go to the bathroom again. Is this over?
We are done. Thank you guys very much for watching. We're gonna
Broncos
stop torturing
somehow
Jenna.
win.
In case you can't tell, Jenna's philosophy.
Really drunk.
I am not really drunk. I honestly feel fine. I'm about to drive home right now.
Why she's going
right.
to the bathroom to throw up.
No, I have to pee.
Okay.
It's a lot of water.
Just like Under Armour. Click clack.
Wait.
It's okay. Nike, just do it.
What do you?
Patrick Mahomes.
That's right.
We had to get one Patrick Mahomes joke in here.
We haven't had any Patrick Mahomes.
Putting ketchup on his steak like a
Ugh.
heathen.
He's
Heathens.
a monster. Must
All
be
right.
stopped.
Chris saying adios. Garrison saying bye. Thank you guys very much. Please watch us the rest of the season. Doing all the Broncos games, and we're doing Cowboys games as well. So check us out here on Phantom. Later, y'all.